Hello and welcome to another episode of The Secret of Hexador House. I'm your Dungeon Master Kelly, and tonight I am joined by four very good friends who are going on the adventure of their life. So why don't we go through our brand new frame setup, which is over here because my camera's reversed. Hi, Christine.
Hey! So I'm Christine, and I'm playing Kaylin Anastasia, the Drow Sorcerer.
Okay. And then hello, Amy.
Hi, I am Amy. I am playing Lucky Sixpence, the Tabaxi fighter.
Good old unlucky 5 pence. Hello, Grace.
Hi, I'm Grace, and I'm playing Sophia Farrier, the warlock who is human.
And hello, other Cal.
Hello. I'm playing Pippi Riverstone. She is the rock gnome bard because everybody needs a rock bard. Because why not? Yeah. Because rock and roll.
Rock.
Which, actually, before we get really started, Kelly, can you move my frame so I'm in the middle?
I'm just doing last minute adjustments right now, actually.
Because yeah, if I lean over, I'm gonna be right behind my character icon.
Okay. Give me 1 sec, guys. I just have to change everything about you.
We like that.
Oh, that's very normal for me.
Filter, crop. So it's on your left, so I think I just need to go boop, 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 boop. There we go. Give you a little more space, and that didn't work at all because your camera's reversed. That's right. Basic rule of photography. Boop. Did that work? That might have worked, but it didn't.
I can't tell because Twitch is a bit behind.
That's fine. Give me 1 sec. Also, hello, Caffeine System. It's good to see you in the chat. I like that person. Okay. And then, so that should be good. And then I'll just crop that. And boop. And boop. Okay, I move myself.
Starting to look better.
And then, so once my window moves, I'm done with yours.
Sweet. Okay, looks good to me. Yeah, I'm in the middle, which is
Cal,
nice.
if you want to just tip your camera a tiny bit downward, and then you're wonderful. You're perfect.
Yeah.
In
I
every
try.
way.
I try so hard.
And then Grace, I'm just gonna move you a tiny bit.
Okay.
And there we go. And I think we're good. I think we're good. I had to oh, actually. Did I mess this up? No, I didn't mess this up. I fixed it. There we go. Okay, and I'm just gonna lock this down so I don't touch a damn thing, because in the middle of a game I will just destroy the world. Okay. Cool. All right, so welcome to another
COVID.
Welcome to another episode of The Secret of Hexador House, the very long overdue third episode. I think we're about 2 months behind on this one because of schedules and life and the world imploded. So, long story short on this one. The Secret of Hexador House is the story of 4 young women who were brought together. Well, young is subjective when you're dealing with elves, dwarves, gnomes, tabaxi, and Satanists.
You know, whatever you have over there.
So,
I caught a massive mosquito.
What? Okay.
Sorry.
So that just confused me. So this story concerns 4 of them who were brought together back to their childhood home, a school for magical youths that has been left to them, as well as an adventuring guild license. On top of that, they owe 50,000 gold pieces to the city for back taxes and other duties. In order to save their house, they have but 11 months to earn the money and to save their heritage home, as well as all of its prestige and wealth, and to keep a home over the heads of the girls who now dwell there. In the first episode, the characters went and collected a job, going down into a sewer system to retrieve a necklace for a man named Salvador Cleves, who owned a franchise restaurant, or at least managed it, that was basically a TGI Fridays. In the second episode, the characters went and investigated their new digs, saw the... oh, hey, Ectoghost, nice to see you. Saw that they had no teachers at the school anymore, and had a bunch of students of various mystical races that they had to take care of. And so they went out to look for some help. They found help in the form of Paxton Blackwell, the former teacher of conjuration, who they did a job for. For a little bit of gold and for the promise of his return, they helped subdue a demon long enough for him to bind it for experimentation. And what we are going to do...
Extensive notes.
Extensive notes. And so what we're going to do is we're going to hop right back into game, because I believe we ended right where you had left the house, making an agreement with him that he was going to return to the school. And presently you are headed back to Hexador House to find if the young aasimar, who you have not met but know lives under your roof, a young girl named Ella Crewe, has returned, or if she has gone to the fallen part of the city of Port Echidna, the Downs. You had previously sent Gomery, the former knight and caretaker of Hexador House. Now, before we begin, does anyone have any questions or concerns, comments, anything like that?
No.
Not at this
All right.
moment.
I'm sorry, I
Save
don't
some
have a cat
kids.
face.
I mean, just grab a
It wasn't
Sharpie
time.
and put it on. That's fine.
No,
I'm
well,
gonna
that's
get you a
awful.
cat nose. It's in the budget now. I just bought Christine ears, so...
I mean, I have a headband that has cat ears, but
We need
unfortunately,
to get you those neural ones that just do the thing.
yeah, that'd be pretty good.
Ooh, and thank you for
Mike
resubscribing,
has a pair like that.
Sylvester. Everyone subscribe to
Fix my
Sylvester
lights,
Slays. It's pretty ridiculous
Oh.
and hilarious.
Yes. The stick simulator games are pretty good.
Actually, and Sylvester Slays is responsible for our new frames, which this is the new standard that we're going to be going with in the future. I would
It looks
also
so
direct
cool.
your attention down to the bottom left corner, which has a rotating marquee. It's set for every 5
Mhm.
minutes right now, but it'll... When we have messages, it'll be good.
The wrong things.
You
Crap,
did.
I did. Oh my
All
god,
right.
I'm breaking everything.
Christine, did you just use the, like... Never mind.
What?
I'll make fun of you later.
What? I clicked the thank button. That's what it does. I'm a mod. I can do that.
It's just, like, mine's much more paler than yours, and I was wondering if you were going for the drow look.
No, it auto did that.
Oh, did it
I
auto do
not.
that? Okay.
Yeah, it
I
auto
was-
does that.
Okay.
If you click thank, it'll just do it.
Oh, okay, cool.
You don't need to put anything in. It'll just do it. You just have to click go.
I think I fixed it. Sorry about that.
That's okay. All right, we're going to start now because I know people are being very patient in the chat. Oh, also, for those who are following, it's not broken. It's just messed up.
God, my dice.
It's not a cast, it's a brace.
It's a brace, and it was doing much better
Slash
until I
slate.
played with the dog earlier today, and then
Oh,
I
that
heard
would do
it
it.
again.
If you tap your fingers, does it send sharp stabbing pain all the way up your entire arm?
No, just to the point of injury.
Okay, well that's better than, could be worse.
It's not the bone. So
Yeah.
we'll find out when I get my X-ray next Monday.
Oh god, it's next Monday now?
There's a long story that's not time for
It
D&D,
is
so
just
Yep, fair.
Yeah.
Never mind.
I'll tell you after game. And by the way, for those of you who are like, Kelly, what did you do? And there were a lot of people on YouTube who were very much like, oh no, I hope he's okay. What did you do?
He
I'm
slept.
in my 30s. I slept. Like, I woke
Wait
up
till
like
you get
this.
to your 40s. It gets even worse.
I don't think I'm going to
I'm
make it at
gonna-
this rate.
But I'm having these things happen to me at my 20s. Like, what is going on?
Oh, just wait, Amy. Just wait.
If it gets worse,
Oh,
then I'm just going
There's
to end it before I get
lots in
there.
store for you.
Ectoghost is bracing for bad news. That's awful, my friend.
It's
All
a
right.
fantastic
Did you need an
pun. You must
embrace?
fight Kelly with puns.
Okay.
Yes.
Sorry.
So, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentle friends, we are going to Port Echidna. Now, as the group of you leaves the house of Mr. Blackwell, the city of Port Echidna is alive around you. This area of town is far nicer than what you're used to. Well, except for you, Pippi. You've played nicer venues. And Kaylin, you lived in university housing. But Lucky and Safia... Whew. seeing the row houses here, with their bright, pristine stone, the copper and brass banisters, the lack of graffiti. Down on a corner, you can see a pair of halflings in coveralls, briskly scrubbing the soot away from the pure white stone. A carriage passes you, with large, spoked wheels tipped with brass. And you can hear one of the nearby temples ringing a bell. It's a bright day, and by the time you finish with the demon catching, early afternoon. What do you do?
So are we finding Ella now, or are we finding her later? Sorry, I'm desperately impatient.
We should probably head back and find out if
See if she's turned up,
yeah.
and then go from there.
Yeah, it's
Also, we had
probably
sent
the best
somebody out
idea.
after her, so we should see what sort of where he's looked and what information he has. And
Yeah, he's
Ooh.
pretty good at digging stuff up, that old man.
Now,
Yeah.
before you do that, I realize that it's been a little while, so I'd like to ask everyone for their passive perception. That is your perception score plus 10.
14.
13.
13 as well.
Oh, right. I have a -2 on my int.
And Kel, you're pretty new to D&D, so if you need any help
Yes.
finding that, let me know.
Yes, I forgot what that was. I might have written it down.
So if you check your skills,
Last one.
are you
Yep.
proficient in perception?
No. I
Okay.
remember looking that up.
So, what is your wisdom score?
I've got it actually written down here in one of my past notes. Passive perception's 10.
Perfect. So you're not very perceptive, but that's
No.
not what you're about. That's just not your thing. Okay, so we are all my framing's
For
great.
the
I love it.
obvious.
Okay, so 10. You begin the walk back. Now, it's only a brisk walk to take you back to Hexador House from here. And as you do, you can feel the property values fall around you as you make your way down into the edge of Grey Neighbor. Now, as we've discussed before, Grey Neighbor is the part of town where you go when you have maybe not nowhere else to go. There's always the downs. There's always that final worst choice. But Grey Neighbor is where you go if you have a job that doesn't particularly pay well. A lot of people live in clustered quarters together, families sharing single-room dwellings if they must. But all in all, this is the place where bootstrappers come from, if they in fact exist. Then again, in a fantasy world, bootstrappers, the ability to pull yourself up by your bootstraps might just be a levitation spell. You don't know.
Probably.
So the area of town where you are, known as also the Rigs, given that it backs onto the shipping community of Port Echidna, lays out before you. Are you making any side stops, or just going straight there?
I don't know about anybody else. I'm going straight back to the house to
Yeah,
find
sounds-
Gomri.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
As you head back to the house, you walk along the edge of Grey Neighbor, heading down toward the edge of the downs, which Hexador House is a scant 50 meters, 100 feet, somewhere in there, away from where the downs, this area of town that once was part of the main city, but has caved in decades and actually generations ago. As you approach, Kaylin,
Mhm.
you are going to notice that on the cobblestones outside of Hexador House's wrought iron gate, you'll see there's a small, almost unnoticeable, but trail of blood. More of a spattering, actually.
Does it look very fresh?
Yes, it does.
I'm gonna look at the gates real quick. Do they look forced or anything like that?
They do not look forced. The gates are shut. You all have a key.
I'm going to bring their attention to it. And Lucky, are you at all good at identifying people by scent?
I mean,
I mean, do you
depends
think
on
you could,
how much they stand out in general.
well, I mean, if you just met them, do you think you could tell if that blood belongs to any of our people?
I could try.
Remind me, did Tabaxi have any tracking abilities?
I'm currently looking for that.
It's been a little while.
Just
Yeah, I can't remember if this ever got
Exactly.
brought up
2
before in
months
game,
exactly.
but
been a hot second. I'm just reminding myself what my
I figure
Well,
Caitlin's still turning over
Solos.
details of that demon we did stuff with
That's true.
that she observed, so she's kind of going, oh,
Oh right,
Huh.
I don't have Volos. Crap. Hold on.
Let's see. And I just need... There we go.
Is this it? Sorry, I'm just trying to see. I don't think specifically. I've got proficiency in... No, I got stealth and perception, yeah. But nothing specific to scent based.
So nothing.
No.
So you
I
don't.
think I'd have to
it's-
be
it's
like-
all in the claws and climbing, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where it tends to be.
So looking at that, you don't think so. You can roll me an investigation roll.
Sure.
With you'll be rolling it with disadvantage.
And I also have a -2 on investigation because it's an intelligence-based one.
I say do it anyway. You might roll 2 20s.
You never
Um,
know.
in the meantime, does it look like it's leading towards the gates or away from them?
It is more of a spatter of blood, so it's not
Gonna
really
be
going
a 3
a
because
3?
the -2 off of the 5.
Lucky, you crouch down and touching the little spatter of blood on the ground. It is in fact blood, you realize.
Yeah, it's blood.
Okay. Well, I'll look around. I don't know, is there anything that should be jumping out at me that I, the player, am not getting right now?
Anybody who's looking around can make me a perception roll right now.
Can
I
do
would
that,
like to definitely do that.
Okay, you're just
please?
doing a straight up perception
Sure.
roll.
Ooh,
Oh, hey, nice.
ooh, unnatural 20.
Unnatural
23.
20. 23.
Have a look. Let's see.
I'm
Well,
not saying I'm a little paranoid. I'm saying I'm a lot
Nah.
paranoid right now.
That's
Nah,
fair.
what'd you get, Cal?
10.
What, 10? So
10.
Pippi, looking around, that is indeed blood. It's pretty fresh. It kind of reminds you
Blood.
of, like, well, it's blood, but it's a spattering. It looks like someone spat it. It reminds you of the floor after a barroom brawl.
Yeah. Or like from a mouth or from a nose, probably possibly a bloody nose or something.
Yeah, definitely.
Looks like a bar fight.
It's a little frothy though. Like definitely some saliva in there, and it's enough that it kind of catches your attention, and then you're like, meh.
Ick.
The rest of you, what did you get, Lucky?
well,
12. Okay. So the rest of you are going to immediately notice that the gates of Hexador House are in fact locked, but there is a little bit of blood alongside of the lock. Someone with bloody hands opened the lock.
I'm going to head in right away.
Okay, that's probably Gomery. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
hurt. Hope he just got in a fight and that someone else's blood.
Hopefully.
Oh, guy that old, you know he's not going to die before he tells someone what happened. It's too
True.
freaking stubborn. Now, I
That'd
would
be way
like to
too
go
boring.
in to the door, and I'd like to investigate the front door of the house to see if that matches the pattern here.
Okay. So rushing up to the front door of the house, you can make me an investigation roll. Is everybody else just going straight into the house? I would remind that there
No.
are...
I'm gonna look around because he was mainly out in the yard area,
Mhm.
gatehouse sort of area.
All right, so
So,
Sophia,
I'm
you're
gonna
going to
look
run
there.
up to the main house. Kaylin,
16.
so running up to the main house, you can see that the front door is locked. It jingles as you push on it, or jangles, I suppose. And there is no sign of blood or anything there.
Okay. So not this way, friends. That's,
Kaylin.
this is not where he went.
As you head over to the gatehouse, you will notice that it's a bit obscured, so that whoever's in the gatehouse has a bit of a stealth advantage on someone trying to break in. But you'll notice that the sliding door to the gatehouse is ajar. and there is a boot sticking out of it.
That's not good.
I'm gonna rush over.
All right. The door slides open, and you will see that Gomery is laying on the ground, dazed and very well beaten.
Right.
Shoot.
His nose has been broken. You can see that there's a couple of gaps where his already fairly loose teeth were, and there's blood dribbling out of his ears and nose.
Oh my god, that's not good.
I'm gonna roll him over and I don't know, try and apply first aid.
All right. You can give me a medicine roll.
Okay.
Pippi, what were you doing?
I'm gonna go over with to the gatehouse, and if I can help, I've got healing word.
Oh, healing word is
Yes.
really, really good.
Yes.
So go ahead and
So
do that.
it's-
You can roll how much it does.
Okay.
All right. So
I
Kaylin,
wrote it down, but I don't know how much it does. What does
we
it
need,
do?
we need to get you a copy of the book.
I know.
So Kaylin, as you brace Gomery and make sure that he is in the recovery position, you tilt his head back. You do all of the right things, and his eyes will flutter open. Miss Kaylin, good to see you. One of his eyes is swollen shut.
You're not looking as good as you did this morning.
I'm not handsome. Lucky.
Lucky's basically just lurking right by your elbow, Kaylin.
Okay.
And he's gonna be like, who did this? Who do we have to kill?
All right. Did you find it, Cal?
Yep.
So what does it do?
It's 1d4 plus spellcasting ability modifier, which I just looked up today.
Is your charisma.
Yes. I have charisma 16.
So you're at a +3. So
Plus
roll
3.
a d4.
Yep. D4. 4.
Oh, damn.
Plus-
Good job. So total of 7.
7. Woohoo!
All right. So how does that work for you? Do you just play a little melody? Do you hum something? Like, what do you do to call magic down from your bardic powers?
I think it's just a little hum. Yeah, just hum a little happy tune.
All of you will hear just a very lovely little tune, and Gomery's eye will actually start to recede. The bruising will start to become a bit less severe. He's still not in great shape, but he's definitely much more stable now. Oh, thank you, ma'am.
Oh wow.
Glad I could help.
I'm sorry, I got into a bit of trouble. I went down there to look for Miss Crewe. I checked with around where I know her parents used to spend the time. A place called the Lobster. I got
Sounds delicious.
it used to be called the Lobster's Revenge.
Sounds delicious.
On the way in, I think I might have made an enemy, though. I got jumped in the alley. I didn't really get a look at them, but tall brutes, big furry blokes, goblinoids, not orcs, maybe hobs.
Did you say
Could be nice.
furry?
Yeah, furry with
Furry.
with the they were dressed all in black with kind of reddish skin, big swarthy things.
Oh.
They beat me up and told me to not put my nose where it didn't belong.
Does anyone need a break before we run off to the lobster and burn it to the ground? Just a question.
No?
Well, let's just hang on for a second.
What do
Why?
I know about hobgoblins and the city?
you may make me an intelligence roll to know about hobgoblins specifically. Regarding the city, it's a history roll.
Okay, so 18 on int.
Hobgoblins are a militaristic race of humanoid creatures. They generally are, I mean, they're lawful neutral, lawful evil, usually. They are the most militaristic of all of the races of sentient humanoids. And basically, their entire society is very regimented along those lines. You're basically born into cadets.
Okay. Unnatural 20 on history.
Nice. Long story short, they're like kind of like they're hobgoblin Spartans. Now, in the city, hobgoblins and most goblinoids aren't really, unless they've got enough money to buy off the stink of their of the prejudice that accompanies them, they don't tend to come much up past Grey Neighbor. Most of them exist in the Downs, but you have heard that recently a tribe of hobgoblins within the last year or so has moved into the Downs and is muscling in on gang territory there. And was it a nat 20?
No.
Okay. You know that their name has something to do with, with a 20. You've heard at the very least one of these gangs is a hobgoblin organized crime syndicate called the Crowned Kings. Anybody else who would like to make a roll for anything, please let me know.
I would love to make a roll to just know if I
Yes,
know anything.
please.
All right.
Or how much I don't know.
You can go ahead and make me a history roll, yeah?
Cool. It's a 3.
A 3.
Oh dear.
Hobgoblins sound like goblins that have had their legs broken.
We
Hobgoblins.
can take
Ow.
those.
Hobbled goblins.
Hobbled goblins. No, I don't think you're thinking of that right. That's
No.
What
that
was the
word
gang name you
means
said again?
not what you think it means.
Crowned Kings.
Crown Kings.
I think it means. Do you read minds?
Sophia,
Mm-hmm.
what'd you get?
I was just looking for the modifier. There it is. Oh, wow. Okay, that's an 8. That's pathetic.
Hobgoblins are not someone you'd want to mess with on more
No.
than a one-on-one basis. And they're rarely one-on-one.
As in never. They're
An
not friendly.
odd that they would take exception to Gomri heading into that area unless they've got something to do with Ella.
Possible, not likely, I would assume.
Good.
The hell would anyone want to do with a child?
Some
Organized
Asim.
crime?
that
I'm really certain that's not the
Angel
norm
child.
for people who are not human. They
I
have to
rolled a
get
20,
me.
What do I know?
I mean, organized crime would
Ass.
probably love to delve into slave trading and child exploitation and all sorts of unpleasant things.
It just sounds like we're gonna go burn that place down.
Well, I don't know that necessarily the inn has anything to do with it.
can we break
He
it
wasn't there when he got
without fire?
jumped.
Yes, we could break it without fire.
How about we don't make it unnecessary enemies?
That's probably a good idea.
We're already in enough debt. Don't need somebody else gunning for us.
Sure.
What if we take their money and
Why?
use that to pay off the debt?
Love the way you think, Lucky.
Why do you guys want to attack a probably innocent inn? That has
No,
nothing to do with the problem.
Hobgoblins.
Because
The
the guy who
hobgoblins don't
raised
run the
us
inn?
is beaten on the ground and I'm hella mad.
But
I thought the
the inn
hobgoblins
had nothing
ran
to
the inn.
do with it.
Well, then
That's
who
where
ran-
we start.
He was attacked in an alley after leaving the inn.
Yes. So we start at the inn, question every single person in there, probably not in the nice way, burn it to the ground as a reminder to everyone to stay out of our way, and continue forward through with the questioning results.
No.
I'm good with the questioning part. Let's table the burning down for now.
Fine. Until such
Something
time
we
as
can
it turns up
revisit.
they're bad.
Also, I'll remind you it's in the Downs.
True.
There's a lot of nasty people in there. Let's not give them a reason to hate us. We question carefully.
Yeah.
I know someone in the Downs.
Okay.
You know someone like everywhere though.
That's not
That's
saying
why
much.
she's
I mean,
handsome.
I really know someone in the Downs.
Let's start there then.
It's worth
Are
a
they a
shot. I
hobgoblin?
mean,
Maybe
I don't know
they'll
what
have
he'll
heard
say.
of a reason why the hobgoblins would object to an old guy trying to find somebody near the lobster.
It's worth
They
asking
might just
him.
be sensitive because they're furry. And people don't like furry folks here.
Yeah, they are kind of rude to them.
It's
Still
worth
worth
an
it.
investigation.
All right. So, what do
We
you
can
do?
at least go ask questions. Well, let's pop in the house, see if anybody's heard from her yet, and then head down to the lobster and see what we can find out.
Now, as you're standing there and saying that, the sound of your approach and the rattling on the front door and the bit of commotion that you've caused, you'll see that there is a blonde dwarf standing next to the box, which you'll recognize as Vister Stonemantle, this young adolescent dwarf who looks over at you. Hey, what are you doing in there? What's all the commotion? I was trying to take a nap.
Sorry for
Someone
the
more
disturbance.
level-headed should do that. I'm gonna go and stand out on the street because I'm ready to go. And let
Get
someone
out of here. Scared her off.
calmer deal with that.
Vistra, Gomri ran into a little trouble looking for Ella.
Can you clean up the blood? It's gonna stain.
I can clean up the blood.
Thank you.
She'll turn and shout back at the front door, which you can see is ajar. Benevolence! Give me a rag. Maybe a bit of lemon water.
Okay.
And tell Belle to stay out of my room.
Should we help Gummy to his room so we can rest?
Yes, let's see where he wants to go.
Do you want to go to your room?
That would be lovely. If I'm allowed to take the day off.
Oh gosh, yes.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely allowed.
Well, relax. Heal up.
Hmm.
You need help?
That would be quite kind of you.
She's gonna fireman carry him to his room.
All right.
She calls him Gummy. I mean, she might as well just throw him over her shoulder like a sack of potatoes.
All right, so you'll carry him back to the little cottage that is next to Hexador House. It's a little little two-room number with a large hearth and an outhouse on the side of it. It's very sparse inside, and it has a grandparent smell as soon as you open the door. That musty old
Bengay.
smell of knickknacks and ointments. Herbals and beer bottles that are lining the windowsill. As soon as you enter, you will definitely get the sense that the man has the history of being something of a fighter. Even though he's in his later years, in his 70s at this point, at least 70s. The room does have several militaristic awards and banners on the wall, as well as a set of old armor that is propped up on a wooden mannequin.
Place on bed.
Thank you.
She's gonna put her clawed hand on his chest and be like, push down and rest.
There.
Okay.
Rest.
Pat.
Oh
This is-
man.
Very gentle and caring.
Don't let Sophia burn any place down unduly.
We'll do our best.
We'll make sure that it whatever she burns down deserves it.
I think that's the best we can hope for, yes.
Or at least find a reason to explain why it needed to be burned.
We'll find something she can burn to satisfy that urge.
Be careful.
Yes, we will. Can we bring you back anything?
Dude.
If you have any spare, if you find any beer or wine down there, that wouldn't be amiss.
I'm sure we can find some of that. A nice strong ale.
I prefer an IPA, but
IPA?
yes.
Okay.
An Oregonian
International.
pale ale.
That makes more sense.
Mm-hmm.
Write down that Oregonia as a place. Apparently.
Oregonian ale. I'm writing that down too. Ale.
That's the thing about a world that grows as you build it. The second I pull something out of my butt, it's real.
Yep.
Especially gold coins.
Well,
All right.
now we need to ask somebody to make us a label for that.
But we don't know anybody though.
Oh no, totally
No,
not.
don't know
All
anybody.
right. Are you guys doing anything else?
I mean, Lucky's gonna put a blanket on him and then head to the front to get ready to leave.
Yeah.
Whew. All right. Making your way back in front of the gate, you can see that Sophia is already waiting outside on the street.
There's pacing.
Pacing.
It's bad.
Pacing. She's worn a path in the road already.
Now,
I'm getting ready to go get some revenge right now.
the Lucky and Pippi, you went off to make sure that Gomery was well rested. Kaylin, what were you doing during this time?
Probably talking with
Vestra?
Vistra. Yes.
So Vestra eventually is given her bucket by the Medusae girl who has provided her with a bucket and rag. The girl comes out dressed in a very kind of flowing pale dress with lots of lace holding it together, and is wearing a thick veil around her head. So much so it's almost like the dress is pale, kind of like a gravestone slate, but the veil is black lace, so much so that you can't quite see through it. But you get the sense that she can still see you. Underneath of it, you see her hair. The serpents slither less than normal, as if trying to pretend to be hair impatiently. So Vester's just cleaning stuff off.
Yeah.
Do you think the old goat got some good hits in?
Well, hopefully.
I would hope so.
Have either of you noticed any undue interest in any of you or Ella by outsiders, people from the Downs, anything like that? Anybody seem interested in the school that you noticed?
Not that I've noticed. Benevolent says. And Vestra looks up and crinkles her nose. Hey, we've had people. I mean, everybody looks at you. She looks up and down at the Medusae. Me, I go a bit under the radar.
Okay.
But, in the dunes, not particularly. You'd watch your back down there. People are liable to poke you like a pig. They don't care.
Okay. From what you potentially heard, do you have any idea what Ella's parents might be like if she kept trying to go back? They
Not
try
particularly
and
good.
sell her off?
Ella has a big heart. I don't think that her parents deserve the amount of love that... I don't think they deserve her. I think she's too young to realize that. Benevolent says, scratching idly at one of the serpents on her neck. I don't think they're good people. And they're probably in to some bad things.
That's what I was afraid of.
Thank you.
Okay.
I hope she's okay.
So
I hope so too.
I tell her we miss her if you run into her.
Oh,
we'll do our best to bring her back.
And with that, they'll continue cleaning the blood, and your party will reconvene outside of the gates, where you find Sophia wearing her way through the cobblestones.
Okay.
let's see. I guess Sophia, let's try and find your contact potentially. See what we can find out about Ella's parents and what they might have involved with.
Said the last name was Crewe?
Crewe, yes.
Okay. I can ask about that, that's for sure. Peyton definitely gets involved in some weird shit.
I mean, there's a good chance that if Ella went running back to them again, that if they're in a bad way, they may have decided to use her as collateral.
That's a little bit too real right there. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Peyton is likely nearer the docks.
Okay,
Better for business down there.
sure.
More likely. Not guaranteed. There are people I could talk to there. It takes a bit to find him.
Sure. Well, why don't we go ahead and see what your chances of doing that are. So as you are going to look for him, I'd like you to make me an investigation roll. Sophia, you may do this with advantage, though, because you know his hideouts.
Ooh, that's another unnatural 20.
Fantastic. So it takes you about
Nicely
30
done.
minutes. You walk back into Grey Neighbor, and the Downs begins in the northwestern corner of Port Echidna. And Grey Neighbor kind of is more of a U shape that kind of straddles the water line. So you walk across to one of the other edges, and it's not terribly long before you will find him. You'll find where he would be working, which is at one of the docks aboard a boat called the Black Lily. The Black Lily is a tall, dark painted ship. Not particularly large. It's a small galley used for transporting the usual goods from here to there, or bringing in transports to other areas of the continent. And as you approach, one of the dock workers who knows your face and knows why you're here will lean back and give a sharp, shrill whistle. And with that, let me just put on some dock music, because I've got it. I just downloaded 300 songs, so I've got a few too many songs, to be honest.
No such thing, Kelly.
That's true. Docks District. $75. Tabletop audio is fantastic, by the way, especially because you can just download the tracks.
Yeah.
Above you, you hear the sound of a gull crying out at that whistle, and a moment later, hobbling down the gangplank off of the Black Lily, you will see your friend Peyton. Now, Peyton is just shy of 6 feet tall if he were to stand upright. He has a brace over one of his legs, his right, and hobbles with a bit of weight. He's the type of man who, were he to work a little harder and enjoy his beer a little less, he'd be quite attractive. As is, he has a cute, slightly round face, with brown hair that hangs limply about his neck and cheeks. He definitely could use a bit of a haircut. In fact, he could use a shave as well, because he looks like he's about 3 days without now. He's wearing simple, clean clothes that are more or less clean, we'll say, actually, because they are stained with sweat from a day's work aboard the boat. And as he comes down, he smells a bit of sweat, but mostly of salt brine. And he smiles with surprisingly clean and straight teeth. At work, really?
I wouldn't if there was an option.
All right.
And right now there is not an option. You have 5 minutes.
For you, I've got 4.
Yeah, that checks out.
Um,
I do still owe you, I know. I am aware. Now I'll owe you twice.
Well, step into my office, he'll say, as he steps across between 2 of the dock buildings, a small alleyway.
Oh, God, you need to get a different... You know what? We'll address the office issue another day. That's not important.
I'm being facetious. I have an actual office, but this is... I'm on a boat right now. Come, get in.
I know.
Who the hell are your friends? Who the hell are your friends?
You don't want to know that right now. Less important than what is important. I have to find a little girl. Sorry, did you want to come with me, Lucky?
The other?
You're welcome to join. This is Lucky. She's adorable and very blunt. We need to find a little girl, aasimar, 10-ish. Possibly something to do with a place called the Lobster's Revenge.
No, the lobster.
You know.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay.
My old man got beat up there. You remember the old man? I hope you remember.
I thought you were an orphan.
I am. Still. That
That's how
hasn't
you
changed.
ended up as an orphan?
Might have
This
been.
happened before you were born?
No, this happened today.
Your old man was beat up today?
Gomri was beat up today.
Omri.
He's your dad?
No, but he's the old man.
Okay, so not your
It's
old man,
tricky.
an old man.
An old man, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But he's ours. He belongs to us.
Exactly. See, Lucky gets it. It's fine.
Okay,
Kaylin's
legal in this city,
standing
but
off
frowned
out
upon.
in the open somewhere with Pippi,
Mm.
not even really listening because
Oh,
there's...
we're not even listening. It's just like
and she does not fit in here at all.
It's true. Actually, as you're walking by, one of this massive human who's walking with a half-orc carrying like a giant load of crates on a dolly is going to walk by you, look you up and down, and spit into the gutter next to you. Watch the hem of your dress, lady. The half-orc looks at
Minor
her.
illusion to make my face just like suddenly go completely demonic and just do an intimidation check.
Okay, go ahead. You can make me an intimidation check with advantage.
Awesome.
gonna hum
I am
happy
also
tunes.
proficient at intimidation.
Humming happy tunes.
That's 25.
Oh!
Okay, give me 1 sec. I gotta do a check for something. All right. So he
beautiful.
is actually going to look, ah! And he's going to stumble back and catch the lip of the dock, and is going to tumble into the water.
Oh,
Uh,
great.
I'm not the only one getting us killed now! Yay!
The
Oh
orc
no,
is
I
going to
immediately
try
drop
to.
it so
Humming
nobody else
happy
sees it.
tunes.
Okay, the orc is going to try to overcorrect to prevent the gurney that he was pushing from tipping over, and it will instead tip over because he was not expecting this. There is a bit of a crash, actually, as some of the glass things inside shatter. Oh, son of a bitch.
Kaylin will just give them the most like, what the hell look.
You need to be more civilized with the females, bro.
My goodness.
Oh.
Best response.
And a small crowd starts to gather, giving the rest of your friends plenty of time to have their meeting with Peyton. Okay, so you need to... Okay, what exactly are you needing from me, Sophia?
Activity on children who are going missing? Anything. No? Activity at the lobster.
Don't forget about the hobgoblins. That player
we're-
reminder.
We're getting there. I've got
Okay.
I've got an agenda here.
I don't tend to go near the lobster anymore. It's kind of gotten a little dangerous in the last couple months.
Because of some people called crowned kings.
I mean, yeah, the hobs run a lot of that portion of the downs. It's
Uh-huh.
generally, if you stick to your own business, they're not that bad. But the problem is that they're doing protection rackets for all sorts of people. You don't know who you're crossing until you've crossed them.
Okay.
So...
Then I need to know who Gomri was talking to. Okay.
If you're looking for somebody, who might have gotten picked up and sold into some of the slave rackets,
yep.
I made a dumb joke earlier, but it's true. Slavery isn't outlawed in Port Echidna; it's just frowned on.
Yep, I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that there's a group that actually is doing sentient being slave trade.
Son of a bitch.
I don't get involved with it.
I know. Otherwise, I wouldn't ask. But can you dig?
I don't need to dig. This group called the Greedy Palms.
Where do they live? Base, I suppose, is the right way to word that.
Near the water side of the downs. They have the boats there. They've got, I think they have a warehouse down there. You'd have to ask around about it, but be careful. They're real sneaky buggers. Real sneaky bugbears.
Seriously?
Like legitimate bugbear gangsters.
Oh dear.
You know, big fuzzy, furry assholes. And sneaky too.
Son of a...
Not everyone's fuzzy is an asshole.
I didn't say that, but these guys definitely are.
These ones know they are 100%.
Do they have 6 legs?
No, they're not that kind of bug, but I get where you're going from, actually.
Okay.
No, they're just basically big furry nightmare fuel.
One more, Peyton. God, I can owe you in spades. This is gonna suck, but...
I prefer coin, but yeah, sure.
Yeah. Family name Crewe?
I know a guy named... Giles Crewe.
aasimar?
No. Human... he's a drunk. He's a drunk and... con man? Merchant?
Does he have kids?
Probably. A lot of people down there have kids. It's quicker than using
Where?
protection.
Where?
In the Downs. I mean, I don't have an address book.
You should really start
they're
one.
Useful.
They're so useful.
If only I had enough money to afford one.
Yeah, I'll fix that for you. How about that?
Good. Yeah, fix that for me. Look, if you wanted to go there, there are probably like 3 places that he would be. The Lobster's one of them.
Yep.
Rapid Rick's. Or maybe... I don't know. Ivory Leg Bill's? I mean, there's a lot of stuff down there.
So much. It gives me something to work with.
It's true. And, oh, by the way, Spectacular Snails is back. The snail cart.
Yay! Okay.
I remember you liked it, okay? I thought I'd tell you. I know you like snails.
It's a thing. I know. Timing, my friend.
You're down there anyway. You're going to be looking around, and I know that you owe them money still, so hey, just letting you know. Anyway, it's very pleasure to meet you.
Had to be complicated.
Everything's complicated with you. Nice to meet you, Lucky.
That's about all you're going to get out of her?
Pretty much.
One further, I'm going to be poking some people in the ribs, hopefully getting to the heart. You are going to want to watch your step.
Okay, you didn't get any of this information from me, okay?
No, I didn't, but I know people know I know you. You're about the only person I'm still friendly with.
Yeah, well, I always pretend I don't know you, so maybe they don't.
Maybe I'm not as good at masking it.
Be careful.
Yeah, we're gonna try. Seriously, I'll get you that gold next week-ish.
Sounds good. And he's gonna...
Provided I'm not dead.
He's gonna walk away from the alley, clutching his right leg, kind of using it to pivot as he walks. Sorry, lady, I don't have any coin, but maybe if you come back after payday, we can do that thing you wanted to do with the apple and the olive oil. and he'll kind of wander, kind of with his slightly drunken walk from his bad leg back toward the ship.
That's not a hobgoblin because he's got a hobbled leg.
No, that's not a hobgoblin. He is something of an ass, but he's my ass.
But he's not furry.
No, he's not. Now we have another furry person group. Why is it always gangs? Downs gangs are like the dirtiest of the dirty.
It's gonna give me a bad rap.
Not you. You might actually be the saving grace here.
I will say one thing, going down under there. The thing about the there are a lot of gangs down there because there's no city watch that goes down there, but at least you know the gangs are probably somewhat crooked.
So, a quick question. I sort of have the assumption there's like a fighting ring down there somewhere. Yes,
Yeah.
no?
Yeah.
There's probably
There's a
like
few.
20.
That sure would fit my backstory.
There are fighting rings. So fighting rings definitely. Are you talking about basically like illegal cage matches?
Yeah, basically.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
it says part of my backstory for fighter was instructor was a gladiator, so...
So there are gladiatorial arenas in most of the districts.
Sweet.
Basically, it goes from like, oh, this is a legitimate gladiatorial fight in front of a crowd, to like, hey, let's take like a 10-year-old cat girl and throw her into a ring with an actual lion and see who wins.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay, cool. Yeah, basically, just picture it dirtier and eviler the lower you get. Except for the lowest, except for the actual worst, which is probably the highest.
Yeah.
As far as like the rich people like to pay for evil things.
Yes, they do. Let's go salvage what's left of Kaylin's sanity and get her out of here.
All right, so Kaylin and Pippi, you're hanging out over there as you hear, "I'll do that thing with the apple and the olive oil," from behind you, and you'll see Sophia wandering out of an alley with Lucky in short,
In tow.
in tow. I was thinking in
There you
short
go.
order, and I'm like, that's not the right phrase.
Nope. Good try.
A short stack of Lucky.
You're gonna get a motion, Kaylin. Let's not meet up till it's a further street down.
She will.
Okay, let's go around the
Do
block.
you say that to Lucky?
No,
You tell Lucky that's happening?
Lucky, you
Or
can
you
go
just grab
wherever
her
you
as she
want.
passes you.
Just keep coming
Just
this way.
yoink her along.
We're just gonna go this way. It's fine.
It's all good.
It's fine enough.
We'll see you around the corner. It's all good.
Thank you. Pippi understands street language. Thank you.
Oh, that whole bardic thing going on.
We're just gonna reconvene. Not quite the same spot. Ever.
Why did you say I was blunt? My claws are very sharp.
Yes, they are, but your tongue is blunt.
It's sort of rough, actually.
It's endearing and very useful. I'm gonna keep you for some of the weirder shit that happens in the Downs. I hope that's good. I'm not saying a lot. Okay, I need Kaylin for opinions.
Are we gonna go into a fighting pit?
Yes.
We might go into a fighting pit. There are a few.
Fighting pit?
Oh, Pippi, you weren't there for that part of the conversation. I'm sorry. But we're going to focus for a second.
Okay.
I got a few things. Because unfortunately, Peyton has fingers in everything.
Good to know.
There is a human with the same family name as Ella, who is a drunk who does frequent the Lobster, as well as a handful of other places that are sketchy as fuck. There is also a possibility that it's not just, or specifically, the Crowned Kings who were beating on Gomery. There is a slaving troop in the Downs of Bugbears.
Great.
Why do you
Again.
have 6 legs.
No, they don't have 6 legs.
No, they in
Sorry.
fact only
They have 2.
Your contact's name was Peyton?
Peyton. Yeah, he really appreciated if none of you remembered that.
That's fine.
She looks up, looks back down, and kind of scratches something.
Scratch it out.
You're better off not knowing him. He's better off not knowing us. That's just how it goes.
He is not a hobgoblin, I've been told.
He is not a hobgoblin. He's
No.
just as human as me.
He's a not goblin.
He actually might be more human than me. So there are slavers. There are traditional, crazy, awful gang people. Bugbears or hobgoblins, take your pick. Both are furry.
Downs.
I need to know who Gomery spoke to. There's a very real potential that he was only beaten because he was asking someone the wrong questions.
I mean, if he was asking about, like...
Very possibly.
Unfortunately, gangs don't really give a shit.
No.
If they had anything to do with Ella or not is completely up in the air, but him being beaten by anyone gang-related could just be him being in the wrong place. And
Just
asking
the fact of
questions.
asking questions.
They
regardless of
don't
what the
like
questions
that.
were.
They super don't like that.
No.
One more thing. There is a group of people in the Downs whom I may or may not owe some money to who have recently returned. We should avoid them at, like, all costs.
The snail people?
Yeah, the snail people.
Snail people.
Yeah, we want to avoid them.
I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with snail people?
It's a very specific conglomerate. They do naughty crime things. I have worked for them. There was an incident of theft.
Yeah.
I do owe them money. They don't like me.
Anybody here can make me a history roll. If you've ever been down to the Downs, you can make me a history roll. Sophia, you're exempt.
Oh,
Thank you. I'm already going, oh,
Pippi's
no.
been around.
I'm in so much trouble.
I don't know that I've ever
It's
gone
good.
to the Downs,
15.
but I never
15?
know what sort of information I've come across.
So, Lucky, you think that
18.
Sophia might be trying to... Pippi, was that an 18?
18.
All right, so, Lucky, you're pretty sure that Sophia's trying to pull one over on you, because, and the only snails that Pippi has ever heard of, or both of you, is spectacular snails, which is
Yes.
a food cart.
That's what I was thinking. Food cart?
It's a food cart that sells snails. Like, basically snails on
Yeah.
sticks. Like, it's a stick
25
with
cents a lick?
well, you can lick it as many times as you want, but
How many licks does it take to get to the center of the snail?
they're fairly
It's
expensive.
escargot.
But basically, it's escargot on a stick from a cart, and
Escargot.
quite delicious, and plumbed from the cave walls of the Downs. So you've never heard of a gang called the Snails. You know spectacular snails. They're pretty spectacular, unless
Well, but it's not
Pretty
unusual
slimy.
for criminal enterprises to have, the odd legit business. So
true.
true. the snail
Welcome to the
cart,
mob.
Exactly. The snail cart could be laundering money.
Yes,
through
Tony
snail.
Snailprano.
Like, let's face it. I'm involved with them. How legit can they be?
Oh, that's fair.
Okay.
So,
It's the Downs. There's going to be
where are we going first?
crime organization.
That's what I wanted Kaylin for. I can honestly say there are too many directions to run in and not enough information to choose any one over another.
Flip a
Mhm.
It
coin.
would help if Gomery could tell us who specifically he was asking questions to.
Flip.
Then we at least would know which
Coin?
gang is the one who marked him.
Yeah.
That
Rock,
would help.
paper,
Well, we
scissors.
can certainly go back and ask.
The other option is we could go and find this human Giles person, which doesn't make any sense to me. How the hell do you, as a human, have an aasimar baby who loves you more than life itself? Ugh.
That
But that means
Aren't-
going to the lobster either way, and that's a risk not knowing who
Aren't
Yeah.
aasimar just
spoken to.
picked by the gods?
Some of them.
Hmm.
And I don't know them to end up with human scum. That's where people like me come from.
Okay,
Not
what
to
time
say
of
that
day
they
is
were
it?
necessarily scum at the time, but
Yes, that's possible. I don't believe it for a second, though. Guy who hangs out at the lobster? Eh.
Yeah.
You gotta fall a long way to end up there.
and 10 years is a lot of time to have that happen in.
Not for a human.
Yeah, it is.
Mm.
That's no time at all for a human.
10 years is
What? It's no time at all for a drow.
It's
It is
literal
tons
no
of time for a human.
I can barely remember 10 years ago.
I
That's
don't
how
think
fast time
that's
goes for us.
because of the time.
That's potentially your poor memory. But
I think that
10
might
years
be
is a lot for
something else.
something to happen for an adult of the human species.
You can have like No, I got nothing.
They can dig themselves an awfully big hole in that amount of time.
That would be an awfully big hole.
Mm-hmm.
I dug the hole with the snails in an afternoon, so...
Exactly, so 10 years is
Well,
even
you're
more
very
time in
skilled,
which to do
so-
that.
Is that how the downs
You
happen?
just proved my point.
Yes,
Kind
that
of.
is how the
Yes.
that is how the
Yes,
downs
kind
happen.
of.
We're gonna go with that.
Yeah.
Doug.
Yeah, there was a big hole. The downs sank into it. It's
I'll explain it to you later, Lucky. That's a figure of speech.
no, it's funnier this way.
Mm.
Okay,
Words
maybe
don't
we
have
should go
form.
Well,
see
if-
if we can ask Gomri who he was talking to. At least have an idea.
Gummy's
who we should-
resting. No, leave him. We can
Up
figure
to
this out.
you guys whether or not you want to go in the lobster
Let's
blind.
go to the lobster.
No, we
Blind?
should have an
Sounds
idea.
delicious.
Or
we should-
Can't be that
should
bad.
have an
go
idea
back
who
and
we're
talk to
looking for.
Gummy like Sophia wants.
We need to know who we pissed off before we walk in there saying, "Hey, who beat up our old man?"
Yeah,
Why not?
Because then they'll do
Because
the
then
same
they'll
to
beat
us.
all up.
We don't
then
want
we will
that.
have to burn it down. and
Yeah,
then we'll
well,
be in
which
trouble.
works for me, but I know that doesn't work for a single.
Yes, but yeah.
Claws.
I love that.
Even
Lucky's
you can be
saying-
overwhelmed by too many people.
Yeah, and it's
Mhm.
less the too many people the first time. It's more the too many people for the rest of our lives.
Yeah.
And we should probably do this quietly, so that hopefully we don't draw too much negative attention.
Yes.
Which will make the rest of our lives very difficult here.
Yes.
Hey, Lucky, don't forget we got kids we gotta protect from these people.
Mhm.
So
And
the
they
less
obviously know where
they
we
pay
live.
attention to us, the better.
Bad enough that
So
theoretically
let's go
already have
ask
our
him.
Okay.
And then I guess
I suppose
Sophia,
we could do
you are our
that.
resident expert on the downs. So let's try and do this as quietly and I guess sneaky as possible.
Are any of you good at disguises? Just a question.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
we're good. We're good. We're good. We can do this.
Mhm.
I will put an illusion over my face again.
Okay.
I have a
It is the
soul-
same equally
mustache.
horrifying one I did to the others.
No reaction. She's gonna fit right in.
Mm.
Oh, that's a little worrying. Okay,
Stop
no.
it.
Got me first. Got me first.
All right. So you guys are returning to Hexador.
Hopefully no one broke in while we were gone.
All right. So, heading back in, you'll be able to make your way and soon find yourselves outside of Gomri's door to his small shed, his quarters. Do you knock? Do you just enter?
Oh, I
No,
definitely knock first.
Yeah, it's respect.
Learned that one the hard way a long time ago.
Got really good aim.
A minute passes, and then you'll hear, "Just a minute."
No,
The
no.
door will shakily open, and you'll see that
Oh dear, he doesn't.
Gomri is standing on the inside, holding a pike in his hand.
Yeah,
That's
that's not
Probably a
good.
good plan.
He's using it for balance, but it's slightly pointed in your direction.
Fair.
Yes, ladies, yes, how can I help you, ma'am?
Or we'll leave it up to Sophia.
I need to know who you were talking to, not the people who beat you up, the people you were talking to
I was,
before this happened.
not terribly many people. I spoke to the bartender, and I spoke to... There was a man with a hood by the fire, smoking a long pipe. And there was...
That person's probably trustworthy.
There was a goblin named, what was his name? Glimglam? Stevie Smorkles? Something like that. I think it was Glimglam. And then there was a man doing, maybe it was a woman, an elf of all regards, doing fortune telling at the back.
Did you get your fortune told?
No, I didn't. I don't go in for that type of occult nonsense.
Another question, which is hilarious because you work here. What specifically did you ask?
I asked if they had seen a young girl matching Ella's description.
And that's
about
it?
That's yes. And and her name.
Full name?
Okay.
I think so.
Okay.
It seems like her family might have been actual trash.
Well, they were definitely complete trash. They
Actual
left
trash.
her here.
No.
They left you here too.
Yeah, no, I'm a lot different.
Okay.
I mean, I was risk. Take,
Kaylin, we need to know who owns the lobster, gang-wise, not legal anything.
Yeah, but whose turf it is.
Whose is it? And we need to know who owns Giles' Crewe. Do you have any idea how to find that kind of information shy of me going and digging around the underworld for a week? Or walking in and asking, because it's never a good idea. I know you were thinking it, Lucky. It's not a good idea.
Are you asking me?
No, I kind of don't think you know gang stuff, do you, old guy? You should probably
You
go
know
and
about
sit
gang
down.
stuff? You've been around a long time.
I would send Pippi.
Good point.
True.
Mhm.
She's friendly and unassuming.
And she's a bard.
Bards, you know.
Her
that's what we
profession is
do.
to talk to
is.
people.
Yeah,
That would
get
help
the lay
too,
of the
also.
land, sing the songs, tell the stories.
But if you're singing and telling
Find
stories,
stories?
how do you ask questions?
That's the drinking after.
Exactly.
Generally, you
And
sing and
audience
tell stories,
participation.
and you watch. Because
Mhm.
if you get good enough at them, you can do them without really thinking.
Yeah.
And then you can see what people are doing. And I think, isn't there an element of being able to see and kind of get emotion just from looking at people?
Judging people's response by the songs, by the words. Yeah. See what strikes different people.
You also can notice who looks more talkative, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yep. Who's
Caitlin
paying
is
attention?
busy taking
Who's just
notes again in a
chatting?
different section of her book.
Can I go
Lucky's
back
ear
to sleep
twitches.
now?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
Of course,
Sorry,
thank you
Gummy.
so much.
Totally single track mind. Seriously, lay down, stay down. Don't. Even if I knock again, don't get up.
Sorry, I told them you were
I
resting.
will.
We'll
They
bring
insisted.
a
Thank
good beer
you.
back from the lobster.
Thank you, Miss Lucky. None of the shellfish ale.
Oh no.
It's
No.
weird.
Yeah, it's
What's
just a
wrong
bit
with
odd.
it?
Or the crab
It's
juice.
weird.
No, crab juice. No, bad.
You have
No,
weird
crab
taste in
juice before
things.
Mountain Dew, and he'll shut the door.
That's true. Wow, they have Mountain Dew here. Is it just as bad?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
yikes.
Ew, Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew.
Isn't that the drink they put like ooze slime into?
Yes.
Neon ooze?
That's
Yes.
exactly it.
It's just a bunch of highlighters in a bottle of water
Yeah.
shaken up. Yeah.
Here we all are hating on Mountain Dew.
Behind the door, you'll hear
Look at
him
him mad.
lock the door.
Mountain goo.
Probably a good plan.
Very good plan.
Yeah.
Don't we have any? No, I guess we wouldn't have any like intake files for
Sorry,
people who get
Gummy.
abandoned. That would have been like useful or some shit.
But I think there's a
There,
file. I mean,
there
I've
should be
got a
some
file.
records somewhere. Yeah.
Is there like maybe possibly very slightly a chance that there is a record of the people who dropped off Ella with their
You mean in
names
the
in
en-
it?
In the entire manor?
Yeah,
In a box somewhere?
in a box somewhere.
Yes! I mean, Ella will be getting ready for her wedding by the time you find it at this rate, but...
Yep.
That's so not helpful.
We
And
don't
not a
have
child
time
wedding, I
for
just wanna-
paper.
Kaylin will
Okay.
point out that she has seen the former headmaster's office, and it would take months of concentrated effort to
we
make
don't
sense
have
of those
months.
files.
Nope. Okay. Don't even know if Giles is a thing we need, but we're gonna have to find out one way or the other. I can't ignore that family name.
Yeah.
I am accomplished researchist. However,
Spelunking is not necessarily your forte?
that
You did
office
just
is not
fine
well
earlier.
organized.
Well, then we're gonna turn that into a project for the future. We're gonna fix that.
Oh, I am working on it, as that is where the financial records would be.
Oh, great.
Oh God, we have so much reading to do.
Oh.
No, I think.
Hippie, how do you feel like going to a
have so
bar
much reading
that's
to do.
probably gonna murder us?
It'll have great stories, I'm sure.
Okay.
I want to hear these
Surveil-
stories. We should go.
Oh, yeah.
And you
Whoa.
can have all the shellfish ale you want. Trust me, they give that stuff away for
She's the
practically
only-
free.
She's the only one excited about the shellfish ale.
Tail swish, swish, swish.
Okay, Halen. Okay, you're not gonna fit in.
I'll put a mustache on her. It'll be fine.
It might need to be a bit more than a mustache. You might have to like put the book away and pretend you're illiterate.
And a hood. You know, hood and a mustache.
I
Covers
will
all
go
types of
back up
things.
to where the quarters I took were and pull out the normal clothing I have
Yes.
and
That helps.
put that on, tightly braid back my hair, get rid of the jewelry.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, anyone wearing jewelry other than me,
Yeah.
don't wear it. It's a bad.
No.
No, don't do that.
And will not put my book away, because that way I can be the absent-minded scholar type who has a nose in the book the entire time, not paying attention to anything. So of course she didn't see anything to do with your weird drug deal over there. She's paying way too much attention to her book.
God, I hope
Yeah.
that sells. Whew.
Yeah, as long as you just look like you're reading and not writing.
Mm.
Should see if there's anything in the lost and found that would help with
Why
your
is writing a
disguise.
problem? Writing means I'm even more absorbed.
No, sometimes people think you're taking notes and writing down,
You're a
you know,
snitch.
what's going on. Don't let it look like you're writing.
People
Gang
make,
territory, snitches get stitches. It's illiterate's safer.
Yeah.
people have actually tried to check on whether I was paying attention before by doing weird things in front of me, and I have not flinched.
That's good.
If
But
she says she can sell it,
okay.
at least she'll have her spell book,
Yes, that's true.
and the house will get burned down faster.
book.
Yep.
What are you talking about? I don't have a
Nothing.
spell book.
Pretend it's a spell book. I assume most people have those.
I mean, she'll
have a
flip to a
spell
page,
book.
it's full of arcane symbols.
That'll work.
I was researching a new arcane circle the other day.
What does this one do?
I think it might make it possible to better preserve food. It's too large at the moment, but if we can get it smaller, it may be a more efficient food preservation system that would not require as powerful a mage to start, and would thus make it cheaper.
We're all gonna die. Okay, let's go do the thing.
That sounds really cool.
What?
All right.
Lobster.
Lobster.
We're off to see the lobster. The lobster of the downs.
How good are all of you at sneaking? Just another mildly curious.
I am relatively proficient. Dark skin means I blend into shadows very easily.
Trust me, I knew someone who had dark was like supposed to be sneaky and blended to shadows, and they sure did not.
We're gonna make it work. Okay.
Yeah.
This is what I get to.
Sorry, what?
Okay.
Be fine.
We're gonna go.
How
I
are
don't.
you getting there?
Great.
Unfortunately, on foot.
All right, there are two ways to go down into the downs from where you are. Nearby, you can take a pulley system that lowers you down through a large
Nope.
freight elevator. Okay, or you can take the stairs.
Yeah.
Stairs are safer.
Stairs are safer.
Fantastic. Can I get a
They're also-
constitution save off of everyone?
Yep.
Okay.
Where the heck
What's
did I
gonna
put
be
it?
an 8?
Okay,
15.
Save, okay.
15.
The +4 really helps.
+4.
7.
7.
What?
21.
21. All right. So you are going to descend into the downs, which is a huge cavernous portion beneath Port Echidna proper. You can see where the water flows in, and as you climb down these rough, ramshackle stairs that have been hacked into the mountainside by dwarvish and gnomish workers over the generations, it is quite the trek. You count that there must be at least 800, 900 steps down.
At least
Maybe
it's down,
more.
it's not up.
Up is worse.
Yeah, up is worse.
All of you are going to be fairly tired and sweaty by the time you reach the bottom. However, Pippi and Lucky, you are, for the next 10 minutes until you've had a chance to take a short rest, are going to have level 1 exhaustion, which means you have disadvantage on ability checks. So anything involving basically any skills.
Sound like Cartman. You guys.
Which is kind of brilliant, because this is my opportunity that I get to say, okay, I need you all to sit still. I need to scope out who's where before we
Okay,
move from
that's
this
fair.
spot.
Yeah.
All right. And
Or we're going to be in some deep shit. Because, frankly, welcome to hell.
Yeah.
And on that note, I think we're going to take a brief bathroom break, and we'll be back in just a couple of moments. Don't go
I
anywhere.
don't see any fire.
We'll be right back. And we're back. Thank you so much for waiting while we tinkled. I don't know. I got nothing better than that. Welcome back.
Make it weird.
I gotta make it
Judging
weird.
you.
I made it weird. All right. Well, welcome back to
We're all
Hexador
about
House.
weird.
Well, actually, you guys aren't in Hexador House because as we return, oh, I need my Down in the Slums music.
There's music for that?
Oh, it's good to be home.
Better than Down in the Slimes music.
All
Does it sound like Deliverance?
That's in the sewers.
Yep,
That's
that
true.
was gross. We could not do that again.
Okay. I've totally lost what I was thinking of thanks to
Sorry.
that slimes. No, it's fine. Slaughter dogs.
Banjos, maybe?
All right. After a long and difficult trek down into the darkness of the Downs, how many of you have dark vision? I believe everyone except for Sophia. Do you have dark vision?
I do, in fact, have Devil's Sight, which is true sight in magical and non-magical darkness.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Woo.
You make your way down to the dim depths where all color starts to fade off. There is smoke rising from torches down here, but overall, the Downs is a ramshackle slum town. It's a shanty town where as much of the buildings are made from washed-up ships as they are from actual timber, and more still are just simple tents and bits of fabric and clothing stitched together to create ramshackle housing. You
So I should be
approach the
singing
lobster.
sea shanties.
You should, yeah. The lobster is actually a beached longship that has been converted into a long, thin tavern that's about 200 feet and about 20 feet wide.
Close quarters.
Close quarters. And as you enter the front door, Sophia, you have changed your appearance on the way down, I see.
Yeah. I was doing reconnaissance, you recall?
Okay.
We ever
So-
taken 5? Because I had to go check out who everybody is. So we could get there without getting murdered.
All right.
Yeah.
Mm,
I'd love to not get murdered. I came back like this.
that sounds right.
Okay. And would you describe what is different about your features?
Well, my hair's up. That always changes everybody's appearance. It's mostly the mask. It's important for my friends to know. Don't call me by my name, call me Blue.
And one of the reasons that you are called this is because in this form, Sophia has slightly glowing blue eyes.
Contacts are in the mail.
That's okay. Take your time. Just get the black light
Wonder.
contacts and set up a black light.
It's gonna be so good.
All right.
Oh, look cool.
What are you doing?
It's going to look pretty dope.
Mm-hmm.
All right. As you walk in to the lobster, you see that there are a decent number of patrons here for something this shaped. It's actually, it's quite packed. More than you were expecting. The bartender and looks like a younger assistant. The former being a huge bald man with a handlebar mustache who is working the tills, growling under his breath, "Listen, brother, I need you to get another pint over to table 5. And a young, squeaking man who tries not to drop things and is honestly more pimple and Adam's apple than actual body. Right away, boss! Zoinks! And they go about serving people. And just as was said, you can see that there's a notice board for adventurers by the front door. There's a few people, just like Gomery described. A man smoking a pipe by the fire pit. An elf, who, honestly, looking at them, you can't tell what gender they may be. They're pretty, but in a wan, starved way. As you look at them, you think the dusty skin tone, probably a wood elf. And then an entire mess of humans. Drinking and smoking, playing cards. By the front door, there are a pair of dark-skinned humans that are playing dominoes. The bar is quite comfortable. And the only thing it's missing right now is that there's no one really playing music.
The atmosphere, there needs to be some excitement. This needs to be rectified immediately, regardless of the fact that I have a fact-finding mission out here. But
now,
okay.
Pippi, pro tip: play on top of a table. They love that here.
This is definitely the type of place where you dance on the table and play for everyone to see.
I always get scolded when I go up on the table.
That's because you're not playing music, sweetheart.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go talk to the keep. I do have a normal table here. Probably owe him money too. Oh god, this is gonna be a mess. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to the guy in charge of the bar, not Mr. Squeaks.
No, Squeaks isn't the guy in charge.
No.
Did you get that table done? Good, bring another. What do you want?
To set up shop. Give it a couple hours, see if anybody wants a new identity. And you can have 50% of the take.
You're that forging girl.
Yeah.
I want to see some drinking money up front first.
Sure. And I won't drink, I need a sharp mind. I would like to give him money.
I would like to take your money.
I'd like to give him 5 gold pieces.
All right, he'll take it and pocket it in his apron. And as he pockets it, he'll pull one out, look at it, bite into it for a moment.
Make sure it's not a shot of lead.
Yep. Lucky, what are you doing during this?
Shellfish ale.
You want the shellfish?
Oh my goodness.
You will drink all the shellfish.
I'll make it happen. And he'll pour you a frothing glass of this slightly pinkish, buttery mixture. It smells like... Actually, it smells delicious. It smells like herbs and garlic and butter blended together with... Oh, there's so much briny aroma there. Sophia, you get a whiff of this and are just...
You're
not enjoying this.
No.
All it's missing is the clams.
That's why I don't normally work here.
Oh, almost forgot. He reaches down into a bucket and pulls up 2 rock clams.
Oh!
There they are.
And throws them in like olives.
Yep.
It's the drink that...
I'm just gonna go to the usual spot.
Lucky's been waiting for all
whoever's
his
there out.
Alright, that's gonna be... that's 2 shillings.
Told you get it cheap.
All right. What about the
Yeah,
other
gotcha.
two of you? So Pippi and Lucky, you're both exhausted.
Mhm.
I
from the
want to
walk.
read the room for a bit first. I want
Okay.
to see what people are like. You know, what's the mood? What do people want to hear? Is there any stories I can pick up to work into some rhythms here?
Okay, so you're going to give it a bit of time?
Yeah.
Okay, so is anybody doing anything before about 10, 15 minutes pass?
Well, I'm setting up the table.
Okay. So,
Space around me tends to clear wherever I go in here. I make people uncomfortable because I can write.
Okay.
I also have a set of
Kaylin is
magical ink.
busy scribbling away in her book.
Don't be obvious.
She's completely oblivious.
Lucky is making
I
a
said,
nuisance
don't
of
be
herself,
obvious, don't be
probably
oblivious.
without meaning to, and immediately.
now, there's only one table that's really open right now, and it's over by the fire, actually. People are giving that hooded stranger with the long pipe, and when I say a long pipe, this pipe is about almost a foot long, jutting out of
Oh
his
my.
mouth. His boots are up on the central table. That is the one you're probably aiming for. And you can see just the jut of a slightly grizzled, slightly salt and pepper beard.
A man who's got stories.
I think this one's trustworthy.
Do you
Mm.
approach?
Well, you think everybody's
Absolutely.
trustworthy.
No, most people aren't. Most
What do you
humans
do?
especially aren't.
This is the only table that fits your purposes. Plus, it's the only one that's well lit enough to really do the ink work for forged documents.
Is he like actually at the table, or is he just?
He is sitting next to the table in the fire with his feet on it. There is a bit of cave mud from the looks of it.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me.
Yes. How can
Oh,
I
you're not
help
asleep.
you?
Okay. This table.
Yes, it's a fine table, isn't it?
I don't know. I don't do woodworking or craftsmanship, but we would like to sit at it.
May we join you?
It's less a
We're
like,
joining you.
more there's business
I
being
hope
done here. You're
it's
welcome to
nice.
stay.
To meet you.
Pat
You seem
the
interesting.
You may
May
have the
we-
table. He'll cross his legs with not a flourish, but a graceful motion that belies the fact that the man has a bit of athleticism to him.
All kinds. Yay! Hopefully, someone needs an identity today. You don't need an identity, do you, Lucky?
I'm lucky.
All right. Okay, there's the
Yeah.
answer to that.
Yeah. What you see is what you get.
I can be very sneaky, I'll have you know.
Oh, yes.
You're a forger, the man says, looking at you.
Yeah. The forger. If you go to anyone else down here, you're very liable to get caught anywhere above the downs.
I see.
You need to get into someplace?
No.
Huh.
I was
Why
wondering.
are you curious?
Making conversation because you stole my table.
Yeah. Only stolen so far as the barkeep says.
It's nice to make your acquaintance.
Ah, someone who knows their manners.
She remembered just for you.
Yes. Pardon us for barging in.
Hmm.
We seem to have the best table in the joint.
Yes, for some reason they give me and my blade a bit of room.
Hmm.
We're very judgmental down here.
Perhaps my reputation precedes me.
What reputation might that be?
They call me the Rider.
Ooh. A man who has some stories.
One or two.
Always
I'm-
good ones.
You're a bard. And
Oh,
a
yes.
gnomish as well.
Yes. What gave
I'm
it
looking-
away? I
looking-
probably
Metabaxi.
just come up to the table.
I'm looking for a few friends that have been said to travel through here.
Everybody needs friends, friend.
Halflings.
Mm.
4 of them.
Mm-hmm.
I think I went to the wrong end.
Oh, so silly.
I tried so hard. Pippi,
Believe in you.
can you make me a history roll?
Sure.
May I also make this roll or
Yes,
no?
sure. Yes, you may.
Okay, let's hope this goes well. No, I got a 1.
You got a
old
one?
15.
Oh,
You got
God.
a 15?
15!
Oh,
There is a
sorry,
chance
I
that
have
this
to-
man is Ryder, who is Pterodorn, son of Brerathorn, who is the son of Veradorn.
Oh my god.
Sorry, my alarm's going off. I have to go turn it off.
That's okay, that's okay, that's okay.
I don't think there was enough sons of in there.
I mean, the game's only 3 hours long, so you're welcome to the table.
Oh dear.
Although, if you've seen any halflings, tell them that I'm looking for them.
Okay.
Do the halflings
I
have a
will-
name,
absolutely.
or will any halfling do?
If you find a party of 4 halflings, 2 lollygaggers, and a stout, and a ghost touched.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's very specific.
So there's 7 of
could
them?
be-
There's 3 of
No,
them,
this-
but there's
8 of
4 of
4? 1 is essentially dead.
Lucky is not good at math. She's lucky. She's not good.
Look, all halflings know each other. It's fine.
4 halflings, 2 lollygaggers.
Two of the halflings are...
I'm so sorry, Mr. Ryder. Don't do maths. She
He's a
doesn't get it.
legend.
Just
Do you,
Yes, he is. No math.
What's the name of this establishment?
the lobster.
Lobster.
This isn't the...
No.
Where were you expecting to go?
If it helps, we'll show you there.
I know how to
Well,
get
I-
to most
I
places
lied.
around here.
Lucky will take you there.
I will happily escort you there,
I-
Mr. Ryder, sir.
It's quite all right. I'm looking for the crab.
You're looking for the crab.
Mm.
Oh.
Well, you're close. That's the good news.
It's
There's
apparently
crab
it's.
juice here, though.
I've had enough crab juice. I was marooned once. There's supposed to be a restaurant around here with a secret formula.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I thought it was the
formula for
lobster,
what?
but I guess it's the crab.
Hmm.
The crunchy
Mm.
crab.
Crunchy. What kind of secret formula? I'm intrigued now.
Do the
Some
halflings-
type of patty. I don't know.
Do halflings really like crab? Is that why they frequent it?
The halflings will eat anything.
Yeah.
Oh,
And if it's
they're
cooked
like goats
well.
and dogs.
I'm not used to cities, even ones that have fallen like this. If you know a place called the Crab, I would appreciate the navigation.
Yeah, okay.
Do you want a map? Do you want someone to hold your hand?
I
I
assume
don't need
Lucky
a
knows
map.
how to
I'm a
get there.
ranger. Just point me in the direction and I'll find it.
If you take 2 lefts and you hit the water, you've gone too far.
Don't go into the water.
Left. All right. And with that, oh, never mind.
I was hoping you'd have a good story to tell.
Not that one.
I like him.
What kind of story would you like?
Something that I can, put into song for the fine folks in here.
Once upon a time, a long,
I
long
know
ways
this one.
from here, there was a great chasm, cleft into the earth by the gods during a battle against the Titans.
Okay, don't know this one.
The chasm, so deep and so sharp and so cutting the ground to the quick it was that it separated the very lands, cleaving a continent into an island. The dwarves, ever knowledgeable and ever courageous, connected the mountains again, mending them with 3 strong bridges. Dragon's Peak, Griffin's Peak, and Dog Run.
Dog Run. Yes. Dog Run Bridge.
Then you know the rest of the story.
I know bits and pieces. I can't say I know. Can't say I know all the story. You hear bits and pieces, traveling around. Who's to say what's the real truth?
I heard that once upon a time,
I know this one.
a party of adventurers, not unlike yourselves, met there on the eve of an invasion of 10,000 gnolls,
Ugh.
Oh.
and fought them, tooth and claw, arrow and quiver, sword and axe, saving the people there.
The Battle of Dog Run.
The Battle of Dog Run Bridge.
Yes, I've heard tale. Haven't met. Were you there?
This was long before my time.
Mm.
It's interesting, though.
It's a great story. What interests you about it?
I'm always interested in tales of the gods.
Mm.
And it seems to me that if you follow the legends, you'll find at least one god among them.
Mm.
How else could they have defeated so many?
Are they saying they had a god in their midst?
Claws?
Or gods.
Mm.
Good luck on your performance.
Oh, thank you.
And he'll stand and depart, with a little camaraderie pat on Lucky's shoulder as he passes. And he walks directly out the door where he's supposed to go, because he got a 20 on his survival.
Oh,
Good man.
And makes it to the Crunchy Crab.
he makes it to the Crunchy Crab and gets his secret to the
His secret
Crunchy
sauce.
Patty.
Yeah.
secret sauce for the Krabby Patty.
All right. And so what is everybody doing? You've had enough time to recuperate, so you're not exhausted, you're just a little sleepy. Lucky, you're actually going to be completely reinvigorated by this shellfish ale.
Yep.
Like,
So cute. Oh my god.
It's honestly designed for you.
Kaylin
Everybody
has
else,
cleaned-
She's sitting there like,
Cleaned the table where she's at and has her book open flat on it with a stick of charcoal wrapped in wood in her hand.
I don't think anybody's looking at her, so.
And
it's
she is
good.
scribbling away.
Yeah, her ink doesn't glow like mine does.
Which, let's see.
nice. It's
I
coming
made
together.
up a page just for
Yay.
shits and giggles.
Just for the refrigerator spell.
Yes,
This
please.
is, in fact, there's little notes next to it like, will this destabilize the circle when in conjunction with this rune?
Exactly.
You just pickle it, it'll be fine.
All
All
right.
sorts of notes of attempt to power it with low power first in case of explosion.
Yeah.
So where are you all starting first?
Well, my whole gig is people come to me. That's what my reputation's for.
Sounds good. Well, why don't you go ahead and make me a... Are you proficient in persuasion?
Me? Yes.
Yes. All right, well, go ahead and make me a persuasion roll just to see if you can entice people by your very presence.
Nat 20. Makes it a total 23.
Fantastic.
So yes.
All right, so Pippi and Lucky, you'll find yourselves kind of pushed away from the table as
That's fine. I'm
a
happy to
couple
sit
of
back and
group-
kind of start strumming a little bit.
Sounds
Strumming
good.
and humming.
A couple of groups of looks like miners like miners with pickaxes, that is, coal smeared along their cheeks, will come and ask for, they're looking for passage out of this area. And basically, Safia, you're going to have a pretty solid clientele. You'll have, with a nat 20, you'll actually have to do 6 documents while you're here.
Ooh,
And is it just
a good night's work.
Because I could definitely do a few ownership deeds. That's a thing.
Most of them are looking for identity documents and passports.
Oh, that's easy.
And what do you charge per?
10 gold a pop.
For those simple documents?
Yep.
All right.
It's my neck on the line if I get caught.
Not really. It's their neck on the line if they get caught.
Once they get caught, they'll come looking for me.
All right. So you will be able to actually pocket. Get a nat 20. They're pretty desperate to get out of there, so you'll be able to pocket 60 gold.
Oh, which means I'm going to be giving 30 to Buddy.
All right.
When this is over, provided we don't die.
Now, Pippi, you are kind of reading the room. And as you're doing so, give me an insight roll to kind of get the vibe and the flow of the room.
Okay. Luck be a lady tonight. 18.
18. You know what? Honestly, it's about 5:30, 6 o'clock in the evening right now. People are just coming in for dinner. They want something that they can eat too. They're not going to be doing much talking while they're eating, because this seems like a hungry crew. And the air is full of the smell of a dirty chowder that's boiling away behind the bar.
All right.
So you're thinking, this is...
I'm thinking the tune of Gilligan's Island.
Bum, 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 bum. All right. So why don't you go ahead and give me a performance roll. You can give me this roll with advantage because you did scope the place out in advance.
Good
and by the way, don't everybody never forget that you do have a free point of inspiration at the beginning of every session.
I may need it.
Well, you can't spend it on top of this one, so your advantage is good.
All right.
Roll 2 dice. Give me the better.
Oh, which dice am I rolling? Sorry.
You rolled advantage. You roll 2 d20s, and you give me the better of them.
All right.
When I say disadvantage, you roll twice and give me the worst.
Okay.
It's the best mechanic they ever put in the game.
I like that one.
So simple.
Oh, okay.
Requires no math.
Let's hope it's good enough. Got a 13.
13? So you play a pretty decent performance.
Not bad for winging it.
Do you have a song that you're going to sing for us?
Not prepared. I mean, I just came up with the idea for Gilligan's Island.
So you came up with the idea for Gilligan's Island in this
world?
world?
Well, no. I mean, I'm gonna use the theme of Gilligan's Island.
I mean, in this world, that's probably a newer idea.
It is probably, yeah.
So you play.
Yeah. Let's use the Gilligan's Island theme. They haven't heard it. It's
all right.
Good.
So you they all sit right back and they'll hear a tale, a tale of a fateful trip. About the something aboard the tiny ship.
Yep.
So you sing the story of the SS Minnow, and
might change a couple of names to make it fit, for Port Echidna, because it's always good to give a shout out to the hometown.
All right. So with that, you're gonna get some applause at the end of it, and if you keep going, you'll find that. Do you have like a hat out or your case? What kind of you play a lute, right?
Yeah, a lute. So yeah, the case is there. It's not super obvious. It's but yeah. Okay. I'll take coin. Coins are welcome. Drinks are welcome too.
So all in all, for the first song, you'll net about a gold coin's worth of change, about a crown's worth.
Oh, righteous.
Crown, right? Yeah, crown.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So go ahead and. As you're there, one of the guys at the back is going to call, "Hey, bald girl.
Yeah.
Do you know my hedgehog son?"
No. What does he look like?
A couple of people.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
All right, so you know My Hedgehog Son. It's a catchy nonsense drinking song about a talking magical hedgehog that gets adopted by a childless farmer.
This sounds like a great song.
The song's filled with tongue twisters. Bards occasionally challenge each other to invent and repeat new verses. It's kind of a competitive one-upsmanship song. And they have to take drinks whenever they flub a line. There's also a very popular spin that you can do with the audience where you get them to do a call and answer, and if you do it wrong, you go, oh, and then they have to drink.
That sounds like a great fun.
Adorable.
All right, so why don't you go ahead and make me another performance roll? Okay. This one's going to be straight up, no advantage, but you can spend your inspiration if you choose.
We'll see if I need it. Let's see. Yeah, I think I might need it. I only got a 10. So
okay, you can go ahead.
Put a point on it. Yeah.
Okay, so spend your inspiration and re-roll that dice.
Okay. 15.
15? All right, so you will play this. Are you going to try to do the drinking game with the audience?
Sure, because, people want to have a good time.
All right, so you do a decent job at getting the audience a little bit plastered. They're singing along, oh, my hedgehog son, he's got some quills. His name was Will. He... Ah!
Drink!
My hedgehog son, his name was Will. He had some Ah! And so you get... The bartender looks kind of happily at you. And at your second set, he will approach you. While you're just kind of retuning your loot between... Oh, and wait, if you hear another number, he'll wave you over.
Yes.
You do another one of those drinking ones like that? You drink for free tonight.
Sold. Have you got a favorite? Take requests.
Yeah?
Yeah.
My personal favorite is... Do you speak Orcish?
Not well, but I can...
Do you know Grogrosh for Thrush?
Refresh my memory. Hum me a bar, too?
It's a... Okay. No, it's more of a marching anthem. Used to listen to it when I worked out. How about the Green Eyes of Malastari?
Yes, that's a good one.
It's a tearjerker, and it's good for the loot.
Yeah, that's a good room closer. That's a good
point.
That's a good one to end the night. I can end the night on that one.
The body of Biddy Beatty.
Yes, that's a good one.
So you know that story. The body of Biddy Beatty is the story of an old spinster, basically approaching death from age, who magically is restored to beauty and youth, and proceeds to sleep with the entire town.
Oh yes, yeah. It's a good rowdy song.
So, but yeah, you can go ahead and perform that.
Sure.
All right,
that gets everybody going.
Give me a performance roll.
All right. Some of these dice everywhere.
You can do it. I believe in you.
19.
19.
Woo-hoo!
The crowd is going to get so into it that they actually.
Time.
You will find that you're doing basically looping the chorus 3 times. Yeah. Because the audience is so into it.
They're just having such a great time.
By the time you look down at your loot case, was it your loot case or your hat?
Loot case.
Your loot case. There is. You are looking at 12 gold pieces worth of change.
Oh, sweet.
It's an obscene amount of money. But it seems like you probably caught them right when...
Payday.
Well, sort of. The thing, when I say that you find that much worth of gold coins, you'll also find things in there that look like trinkets.
I like trinkets.
And gold teeth.
Can be melted down. I'm sure I know somebody who can take care of that sort of thing.
All right.
My compatriot here.
I'm not a fence. I know a fence.
Yeah.
All right.
I know a guy who knows a guy.
No
Lucky and Kaylin, what are you doing during this body recounting of fables and tales?
Hands on the table. Never take my advice is the other one.
Do you need some? Do you need something to drink? You thirsty? You good? Pippi? Pippi?
Soccer table.
Fine. Kaylin, what are you drawing? What is that? Just like leaning over, increasingly in her space.
I'm gonna have to
Since I
get
enjoy
Lucky a tambourine or something so she has something to do.
It is arcane sigils of some sort with a weird mixture of writings that are in very different characters. Do you recognize any of the following languages?
I
Elvish,
recognize
Draconic, Primordial, Sylvan, or Undercommon.
No. She recognizes common, goblin, and tabaxi because apparently
You don't
that's
recognize
a
any of
spoken
these symbols then?
Nope.
Essentially, Kaylin is a polyglot. She writes like a polyglot.
Oh,
So
body, body, biddy, with her Bailey,
What?
Bailey body. Her body was naughty-handed.
I'm going to buy
Chaos
Lucky
swishing
a
in
tambourine
time.
sometime.
Yeah.
Just so she
distracted.
has something to do. Just clap along.
Everybody's clapping along, and that's when, as you are looking around, I'd like a perception roll off of everyone.
Everybody.
I want Sophia and Pippi to do it with disadvantage, though, because you're otherwise occupied.
Yep.
Okay.
I think at this point also
That's
Kaylin probably has
slightly
like
less
a
good.
weird bit of hair sticking out slightly. Just from
Haha.
sitting there going, what is going on with this?
Poke.
I got a
She got
12.
really
It's gonna be
intense
an
on this, okay?
Unnatural
Sad
20.
Pippi?
Ooh, I am totally distracted. I only got a 7.
And
21.
Kaylin. All right, so Lucky and Kaylin, you are going to notice that the front door of the lobster will open. That's not a sentence I expected to ever say in my life. And 3 huge humanoids will walk in, standing close to 6.5 feet tall. They have reddish skin with a light fur and leonid noses perched over their mouths, with black hair pulled up into top knots atop of black studded leather armor. Cruel fanged swords dangle from their waists, and they approach the bartender. You'll basically see they go up to the bartender, grumble a couple of things at him, at least the one in the front does. The bartender reaches behind the counter and palms a bag of coin and hands it over. It obviously looks like protection money.
Kaylin will glance up from her notes while talking with Lucky and see this and just, alright, look back down.
Are those the ones we're looking for?
I mean, what are they?
They
Do I
are
recognize?
hobgoblins.
Hobgoblins. They're hobgoblins.
So
That's what hobgoblins look like?
Shh, shh.
I thought they would just be more like goblins. Do you think they
she's
speak
Forgot about the
goblin?
hob part. There's hob.
Potentially don't say it to them.
No.
They might find it insulting.
and with
Why
that,
are they
Pippi
called
finishes
that?
her song uproariously.
Ah.
And you'll feel a little tug on your coat, Pippi.
Mm.
Or your
Mm.
doublet or whatever it is you're wearing.
Yes.
And you'll
yes,
see a
yes.
small green hand
Ooh.
as a goblin is tugging on you.
Oh, hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Do you know Trianza?
Oh.
Shingle. Shingle ladies. Lady Shingles.
All the single ladies, you know,
No.
like, no.
Shingle.
Shingle ladies.
All the lady shingles.
Lady shingles.
Yeah.
No, I could probably give it a whirl.
No, that's okay.
Do you want to sing it with me?
Uh,
I could play it.
so.
Yeah.
it will kind of hum it at you for a little bit. And
Sure, let's give it a whirl.
okay, all right.
Yep.
And then
Can't be worse.
the goblin, which is this one of the ugliest goblins you've ever seen. Its limbs, it's actually a little taller than a normal goblin. Its limbs long and spindly. Its green flesh marred with warts and pimples. Its teeth jagged and looking like a graveyard beyond its prime. Its skin green but with a slightly yellowish hue to it. This is an ugly ass goblin. I just want to put that out here.
But wants
It
to
will
have a good
climb
time.
it'll climb on
Yeah.
your table
Yeah, sure.
and give me a performance roll because
Okay, why not?
I already rolled. What did I name this guy? He's the only one I didn't write down. It wasn't Bing Bong. It was
Is this Glim Glam?
Glim Glam.
Is it Glim Glam?
Is that who
Yeah.
Gummy was talking to?
Oh
Yep.
dear.
What'd you get?
Okay. Holy crap, 17. We're gonna wing it.
Yeah.
So you do a pretty good job, and it
All lady
probably
shingles.
all the lady shingles,
All the
lady
lady-
shingles, put your shingles. Oh oh oh! Treat them with treat them with
'em with-
calamine.
With wood patch. I don't know.
However, you're led through this song by Glim Glam,
Sure.
who climbs up on the table and starts doing an absolutely perfect rendition of the dance.
Hey, credit where credit is due.
Glim Glam has a natural 20 on this dance.
Ooh, Glim Glam has some moves, and I might be looking for a backup dancer.
Honestly,
Who
Glim
knows?
Glam's ugly as hell, but
Hey.
Glim Glam can dance.
Glim Glam's got moves, so it's
Sometimes it's not what you got, it's what you do with it.
exactly shake what your mama gave you there.
All right,
Provided you had a mom. I don't know.
And not a spawning pit.
Whatever.
same difference. A womb,
Oh, dear.
a womb is a womb,
Yeah,
unless
yeah.
it's a room. All right, and as that that's the phase, Amy. All right, Kaylin and Lucky, as they are finishing up their forgeries and performances, you'll see the hobgoblins turn to leave.
I will kick Sophia under the table and just eyebrows and eyes over.
Oh. You want to do this?
Lucky's already stealthing over.
We already lost her.
Yep.
Are you sure you want to do this?
She gets a nat 20 plus 6 on her stealth.
Oh,
Where the
damn,
fuck
really?
did Lucky go?
All right, so Lucky vanishes into the crowd, which is quite large. People swinging and dancing along to the music.
Yeah, we'll just keep the crowd focus up here. You know, Glim Glam's doing a great job. I mean,
I will kind of
Glim
indicate,
Glam
like,
is the fifth Beatle.
they talked to the bartender and got a bag of money.
I do owe the bartender money.
Do you think he might know anything?
There's
I don't think we can go directly for them or anything like that.
Oh, hell no. You want to fight those
So-
guys? I don't fucking want to fight those guys. But I do owe the bartender money.
I have no
And-
idea where Lucky went. I wasn't really paying attention to her, so she
But it's
just
at
kind
that
of
point where
vanished.
you get that sinking feeling in your stomach that says you don't know where Lucky is.
You don't.
Who the fuck knows?
It's like, oh crap.
And in the 2 days I've
Why
known
didn't we
her,
bell the cat?
I'm going to go talk to the bartender. Do you want to make a stab at finding the cat?
I'll look around at the bar that has suddenly become way more busy than when I came in.
Yeah, we may have a problem. If she does
What
something stupid, we could all end up
happened?
dead. So I'm just gonna talk to. Yeah.
Well, I mean, more likely that she'll end up dead.
I am
and-
concerned if she ends up dead. I like the cat.
She's
I mean,
lucky.
she's
She'll
cute.
probably be okay.
She's fantastic. I
But I've
love
only
the way
known her
she's
2
like
days. I'm
tells
not
it
sure I
her-
want to risk the rest of my life and my research on her.
No, that makes one of us. I'm gonna go.
Also, if I die as well, then there's no chance of bringing the house out of debt.
That is also
Or
true.
at least there's no chance that I will ever see it brought out of debt. 'Cause
The
I'll be
man
dead.
whose passport you're working on looks at you. What about my passport? I
Oh,
gotta get
you're-
out of this city.
Don't you worry about that. That's frankly the only thing left is for you to sign. Please do not use the blue ink. You have to use the gold.
Can I just make my mark?
Yep, that's it.
Like an X.
Yep, that works.
Hello, John Stamos.
There you go.
He scratches an X into his new passport.
Just don't forget to refer to yourself by that name. It gets really complicated when you forget that your name isn't... Yeah, don't worry. You'll figure it out. You're a smart man.
I'm alright.
Are you lingering for a reason?
I thought you were leaving. I was going to drink. Right.
Kaylin, let's just... Yeah.
I'm
Don't
going back to
stumble
my
away from the
notes,
table.
kind of keeping an ear out and an eye out to see if I can spot Lucky. But there's no way I'm going into that crowd.
What you will see is that the front door shuts.
That's not ominous.
See where she went.
All right, Pippi.
It's time to
Yeah.
So I am going to continue with Lucky. So Lucky, outside. The sound of the music of the pub fades behind you, and you find yourself out in the cold. It's amazing how the mist hangs in the downs in thick, cloudy clumps. It's chilly out here. Unnaturally so. A mixture of the sea air and the caves, strange climate physics. Everything feels slightly sodden and wet. And you're not the type of feline who enjoys that sensation unless you're going for it. As soon as you step outside, you'll see that the hobgoblins begin walking down the street.
Who's gonna stalk them?
Love, you'll hear from behind you. Love, a woman's voice. Love for sale if you're buying, lady. Love for sale. Aye, you the furry one.
What?
Behind you, leaning against the door of the tavern, is a human woman. Pretty average looking, you'd say, with a low-cut bodice and some modest breast pushed up. Wearing a skirt with a slit that runs all the way up to her hip. Obviously a working girl. I figured you might be interested. They weren't interested.
In what?
Love. 5 shillings.
I already have love. I don't need to pay for it. Do you sell feelings?
Of a sort.
What does that mean?
I must admit, and she'll take a step toward you, and she'll reach out to stroke the fur of your cheek. I'm very adept at dealing with pussy cats like you.
I'm not a cat. I'm a tabaxi.
It's a turn of phrase. Oh,
It's a terrible
shilling.
phrase.
Hmm.
Look, I have to go follow some people, so...
Of course. Love, and she'll turn to someone else walking out of the lobster. Love for sale. You can
Lucky's
see,
gonna look and see where the hobgoblins have gone if she can even still see them.
you
they're
can
gone.
actually. They're quite large. They're veering down the road directly in front of you. And
Jeez.
they turn and head into an alleyway.
That seems like something I should check out.
What languages do you speak?
Common, goblin, and apparently we decided
That
that
is
tabaxi can speak to each
amazing.
other.
So, the Tabaxi have sort of a pigeon language. It's very ironic that they speak pigeon. As you follow your way, or as you follow them toward the alley, make me another stealth roll.
11.
Is that your total?
Yeah, I rolled a 5 on that one and a nat 20 the previous time, so it's like, well, there's my luck.
You know what? I'll give you advantage on
Lucky!
this.
She got distracted by the woman selling love. The confusion shows.
Would you get less?
Monies!
Okay. All right. So, how are you doing this?
Roll like this.
They loom into an alleyway with the buildings here are slightly Tudor style, where it looks like they've slumped together with age.
So
There's
I can
only
climb them.
You could
easily.
climb onto the roofs, yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
All right, so climbing up the roof, you'll feel one of the shingles break off and slide a little bit, but you'll brace yourself. And that's when you'll hear that as they're walking through the alley, they start to talk in Goblin. How many more do we have to visit tonight? Ah, my friend, we have so many left to go to. After this, we have to make it over to Rapid Rix, and then, of course, Sweet and Sour Casovarius. I hate that place. The food is too sweet. They should stick with the sour. Yes, or the savory, my friend. Hopefully we will have something else to break up our night, like that old... whatever. That was fun. I love it when they venture in here. Dumb questions. Less teeth. What do you do?
They speak Goblin. I speak Goblin.
Mm-hmm.
They look kind of feline, yes, you said?
Ish, yeah. They have very, like, lion-like faces.
Just gonna drop down and start talking to them in Goblin and greet them in Goblin.
Okay, so you drop down into the alley behind them or in front of them? Behind them gives you more of a chance to escape.
In front. It's rude to drop into behind people.
Okay.
They'll be
So-
more angry if she startles them.
Okay, so you drop down in front of them.
Potentially startling them from the front, but she didn't think about that.
As you drop down, they stop immediately, forming a wedge formation, with one of them in front, dressed in slightly different colors, black, but with a couple of stripes on his belt. Their hands drift down to their belts.
Hello.
Mokhtar to you too. Who are you? What do you want, cat?
Rude. No cat.
What do you want, Tabaxi?
Hello? To say hello? Yes.
Do you have business with us?
Yes. Yes. You seem to know a lot about this area. I'm looking for someone.
Who are you looking for?
My missing child?
Have you seen any Tabaxi kittens, Gar? No, Tar.
No,
I
no,
haven't.
Not Tabaxi. She's attempting to remember what the hell she actually looks like. She's never met her. Might have wings.
I think we would have told you what aasimar was. Or would have
They all
likely
look
looked like.
different. You know that she's fairly chubby. Has, I believe I described you to her. She has a slightly bluish white complexion, and pale white eyes.
Missing. Charge. Yes, charge. She's mine. She's missing. I'm looking for her. You seem well informed. And you have beautiful fur.
Thank you. Make me a persuasion roll.
Die over here. I'm laughing so hard. This is
It's gonna be a 7.
You have or you have inspiration if you'd like.
I think I already spent that.
Did you?
Mhm.
Would anybody like to spend their inspiration on Lucky?
She can have mine.
I have spent
Okay.
mine already.
Gonna be a 12. I have gold.
Good for you. I do not need gold.
Oh,
The one in
okay.
the front steps forward. It's dishonorable for children to be taken. If you're looking for one who might have stolen a child, I would check the warehouses along the West Bank.
Who? Can you say who owns them?
The
Runs them?
Bugbears. As the one in the front says that, the lessers will mutter angrily. There seems to be some animosity there. Seems pretty obvious.
I hear bugbears don't have 6 legs.
No.
Are they more like actual bears?
Ugly ones.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
Are you going to go fight one?
Potentially, if they do have our child, cub, kitten.
Be sure to kill as many as possible.
Thank you for your blessing.
If you bring their scalps, we'll pay you for them.
Good to know. Okay. I look forward to doing business with you.
Or the whole head.
Scalps are probably easier to transport, but see what I can do. Thank you.
Alright, do you just hop back up to the roof again?
Yes.
Okay.
And heads back.
Alright, they will let you go. I'm sorry, I was looking at the Hobgoblin entry the entire time, and it's like, suffer no insult. Oh, no, you went in with compliments and offers of riches. Okay.
Nice.
That is gonna be the
Lucky
best thing I've
actually
ever
succeeded at
witnessed.
something really well with her awkward way. It's great.
I can't breathe.
Alright, so leaping back up to the rooftop.
And honestly, I have to agree with our chat that like Lucky's actually doing fairly well as party face right now.
Yeah.
I love her.
Alright, so leaping back up to the roof. Can you make me a perception roll?
Yeah, I can do that. I can try.
You can try.
18.
18.
Yeah.
You'll see that along this rooftop, kind of around the side of a chimney, not more than 10 feet from you, is a silhouetted shape.
Look threatening or humanoid or...
Well, it looks humanoid. It looks vaguely feminine.
Investigate.
Okay, you move closer. All right.
Yes.
The person behind there, seeing you
Cautiously.
approach, will lean back, and suddenly you don't see them anymore. It's almost as if they fell through the roof. Not down the chimney, but kind of into the shadow.
Is there a hole in the roof?
Looking down, no, there's not. It's just a patch of darkness. Behind you, you'll hear You're looking for Ella Crewe?
Who's asking?
Love for sale. What's your armor class?
16.
Cool. As you turn around, you will see a flitter of motion from the other rooftop across the gap as a tall, feminine form sinks into the roof. And suddenly, next to you, there is a snapping noise as you are struck across the jaw. Drop a d4 on the floor. That is the scariest thing of my night. You're going to be struck across the jaw for 7 points of bludgeoning damage. And I need a initiative roll.
I'm so sorry, Lucky.
9.
9.
Oh,
All
no.
right. Wow, you know what? That I got 11, but it's better than 9. I'd like
Yeah.
everybody else's initiative rolls too.
You see, I was expecting to get killed by the hobgoblins,
It's true.
not whatever this is.
So good. It's so
Got
good.
14.
Okay.
7.
Okay.
You
But
are
then that
running a party.
Suits my
so-
style. Yeah.
Kaylin, what did you get?
I actually rolled because I thought I was too far out of it. That should be 14.
14. And who has the higher dexterity, you or Sophia?
I have
I-
+2.
I have +4.
Okay. All right. So, Kaylin, technically you're first. You guys are going to arrive there because you went looking, I'm pretty sure. Okay.
Did we?
When you saw that she was missing?
We had just actually swapped straight from there. We didn't actually
Yeah.
decide anything. You just switched to Lucky.
Okay.
So,
Then I think it's safe to say. All right. Lucky, directly in front of you, there will suddenly loom a shape. It is a tall figure with, in the bare light that's trickling in from the dying sunlight above, you will see that there's a slight reddish hue to her flesh. It's a woman in tight clothing that binds around her body, but the face is strange. It's wearing a horned mask. And I'm just gonna put on some fight music because I can.
Dun 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 da 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 da. Not that one though, because it's not.
I don't know what song that was. That was like
From Final Fantasy.
Which one?
not the way you were
Yeah,
singing it.
Oh.
Like the very opening sequence. The
All right,
second fight you're in that game.
Lucky.
Oh no.
The woman in front of you takes a step forward and surrender. They're under our protection. Leave if you don't want to die.
Ooh.
And is going to... Holy crap. What's your armor class?
16.
Okay. How many hit points do you have?
16.
Left?
Yep.
You know what? That's probably good. I need more d4s. Okay, 4,
Oh.
10. Okay. You are... So, the woman in front of you is going to lean forward, strike twice. Both of the blows are going to go directly past your jaw as you dodge out of the way, thinking, "Oh, there can't be more than that." And then suddenly she surges forward, catching you in the forehead with a headbutt
Ugh,
for 6 points of damage,
that's
and
rude.
then grabs you behind the neck and brings her knee up into your jaw for 9 more points with a critical.
Oh.
Pop
I
that
have one
Lucky.
hit
All right, Lucky, it is your turn. Don't forget that you have things like Second Wind.
Yes. I'm gonna... What's my... Trainers bonus engage 1d10 plus fighter level. Yes, I'm gonna do that
Okay, do
real
it.
quick.
Do it. Tell me what you roll.
What level are we? Are we?
You're level
Two.
2.
Oof, we sure are.
Oh.
You want to know what I rolled?
What'd you roll?
Rolled a 1.
No, you didn't.
No.
That's a jack dice. You got to re-roll it.
Okay, good.
If-
So I would heal then 8 hit points.
Damn straight you did. All right, and you
Cool.
do that as a reaction or as a bonus
That's a bonus
action?
action.
Okay, good. So what are you doing with your round? It's your turn.
I was going to disengage as my action, and then I have a move.
Yep.
So feline agility. I can
Okay.
use this once until I complete a. Oh no, I can't use it again until I move 0 feet on one of my turns.
Okay.
Nice. So I move double my speed until the end of turn.
Okay. So you're going to disengage and just run.
Yep, I'm gonna GTFO and head back towards the inn.
Okay. Sounds good. Running away, you book it down the rooftop, running as fast as you can.
Note that I have fast climbing things too.
Nice.
climb
That
speed.
is fantastic. So how many... Okay. So
This is fine.
as you are running, are you going to continue to do so next round?
Yes, but it would be normal speed. Unless I use my full, instead of having an action, don't you do an action at all and then just run, I can double speed.
You can
that
actually
back.
make it off the rooftop if you do a full double action.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
All right.
I'll do that.
As you're running, glancing over your shoulder, you can see that the woman is following you. She's moving very quickly. Her speed is faster than you'd expect, but not as quick as you. Except as she chases you, moving faster than a normal person, she leaps forward, her body being partially obscured by shadow, and then suddenly she's next to you, jutting out of a shadow on the wall.
Oh no.
However, that took her full move to keep up with you. Kaelin, you and your party step out of the out of the lobster, looking around for your companion, when suddenly you hear the sound of fast footfalls on the roof just across the way. You can actually see in the dimness that Lucky is being chased by someone in a horned mask.
Oh.
Does it just look like a mask, or does it twig any cult associations or something to me?
Yeah, I was gonna say, can we make some history checks or?
So to know details about creatures, it is an intelligence check.
Okay.
Given this is an intelligence check with disadvantage, but anybody is allowed to do so.
Okay.
Nope, I'm gonna go save Lucky.
Okay. So you can do so. It counts as your bonus action this turn.
Nope, I need my bonus action. I'm gonna go save Lucky.
So that ends up being 18.
On the disadvantage?
Yeah.
All right, you have heard of these things before. Rumored in the halls of academia, your knowledge of hobgoblins. There's a secret order among them called the Iron Shadow Practitioners. Hobgoblin monks with strange shadow powers that allow them to teleport from place to place, and they strike with the flurry of a dervish and the fury of a storm. In my mind, that's where Dragonforce started playing when I looked up. Anyway, and with that, Kaelin, you know exactly this is a rather tough hobgoblin. One-on-one, it will probably trounce you. 4-on-1, you think you can take it. Unless
Okay.
there are more of them. You know that it can teleport from shadow to shadow.
Okay. Sorry, what was their name? Something Shaman?
Iron Shadow.
Iron Shadow
Iron Shadow.
Practitioners.
All right, and Kaelin, you're up. What do you do? Now, the alleyway that they are running from is about 30 feet ahead of you, conveniently.
Okay. Well, let me have a quick look.
Oh.
30 feet away?
About 30 feet away, yeah.
Well, first things first, I want to give Lucky a bit of a head start. So I am going to cast Minor Illusion
Okay.
of... Let's do a small explosion, like fireworks style, right in front of his face. So hopefully he's gonna flinch and slow down a little, or maybe fall.
All right, sounds
You will
good.
immediately know the moment he touches it that it is an illusion.
So basically what I'm going to say is that is going to... Let me just do a quick will save. All right, that's going to give them disadvantage on attacks next round. Or this round, I guess.
That is my start. Get lucky away, and then if he continues attacking all of us, then I will pull out Chaos Bolt and Chromatic Orb. And
all right, so there's an explosion of light that illuminates Lucky on the distant rooftop over there, meaning the entire party knows where she is. Sophia, you're up.
Oh, shit. I'm a lot less nice. You said 30 feet. That's straight up-ish incline.
30 feet to the rooftop, and then they're probably about, like, 10 feet past it.
Neat. I can definitely reach with Agonizing Blast.
Okay.
Can definitely reach.
All right, go ahead and give me a roll.
Which is very nice. That is 14 to hit.
That's a miss.
Ah, cool. Right over their head.
I'm sorry.
Damn it, Brand, wake up! Gotta save a friend.
All right, there is a sudden blast of dark energy that rips past Lucky and almost strikes the Hob. The Hob is going to take a swing at Lucky again. Yes, it's going to take a swing at Lucky. Oh, that definitely hits, but that's a depressing lack of a natural 20. Lucky, you're going to take 4 more points of damage as you are struck in the back of the head. And then
I saved her from a crit?
You saved her from a crit. And
Lord.
oh, I'm not done. So basically, as you're nearing the end of the rooftop, you'll hear her grunt behind you. Under our protection. And you'll feel a boot connect with the base of your spine, kicking you off the roof. That's the 4 points of damage. You'll land on your feet, I'm pretty sure. However, each one of you, starting with Sophia, armor class 15.
Oh shit. That's the other piece of paper.
Armor class 17. That's a hit.
Oh.
Armor class 19 on Kaylin, and armor class 17 on Pippi.
When did I get here?
You came out with everyone?
You came out with your friends.
Oh, okay.
I'm rolling.
Yeah, we went and you were like, where the hell did they go? That's probably not good.
She kicks you in the back, throwing you off the rooftop, and then furls her arms out. Each of you are struck with a dart. Kaylin and Sophia, you're each going to take 7 points of piercing damage, and Pippi, you're going to take 4 points of damage as a dart punctures you in the shoulder.
Oh.
Okay. Who's the crazy lady on the roof?
All right, Lucky, your turn. You can choose to fall off the roof, or as you're falling, you can choose to lash backward.
Can I fall and cling to the wall partway down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's only about a 15-foot roof, so you can survive
easily.
the fall without damage.
I mean, I have 20-foot climbing speed, so
Okay.
Easy enough. But also, wait. At this point, she's like wants to go. Why are you attacking me? Can I tell this is a hobgoblin?
It smells like one for sure, and looks. You can see the reddish skin.
That's in goblin then.
Okay. All right, Pippi.
And then you're gonna just flip as far away as you can.
Okay, so you can disengage and move completely out of the way.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. Pippi.
All right.
I gotta say, I'm in love with the scrolling marquee.
It is pretty cool. Okay,
Amy, is it the episode title?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, then it's gonna be that for 5 more minutes.
Nice.
It's pretty nice. I didn't want it to be like Stroby.
No. That would have been too distracting.
Yeah.
Pippi, what are you gonna do? Let's bash them with something. Ugh. Feel so out of. I don't have time to get the crossbow or anything. I think I'm just gonna try and go with the let's go with the thunderclap. See what that does. Yeah.
All right, so you'll have to move forward to be able to do it, but go ahead and thunderclap. I believe that I have a save on that, right?
Probably.
Okay, I fail.
Hooray!
Damn, that would have been great.
Woot.
These things are amazing. Sorry, I looked at its stats again. For the challenge rating, this is amazing.
As long as the thunderclap succeeds, I don't care.
Well, it did succeed. What does it do?
That's a good question. I think it just makes. I think it's just a loud, clap of thunder to surprise people.
Hold on, I can pull up the spell.
Okay, is it? It's just the thunder clap spell. It's not.
It's the cantrip. Yeah.
Okay, so thunderclap. What this does is it is a 5-foot area. You create a burst of thunder sound that can be heard up to each creature within range other than you must succeed a Constitution saving throw or take 1d6 thunder damage.
Yep, it's pretty straightforward. Boom.
So it's centered on you.
Mm-hmm.
So,
oh no.
And it is a.
Uh-oh.
So I don't think you can actually do this because you'd have to be like within 5 feet of her.
Not for damage, but just to try and distract them a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it'll basically, like, up to 100 feet away, people will hear a thunderclap. It won't damage her at this range.
Yeah, no, I don't expect to be able to do damage. I think Pippi's just caught off guard, kind of, with everything.
And don't forget, as your bonus action, I'm pretty sure you can give Bardic Inspiration to one of your friends.
Okay, let's give that to Lucky. I think she needs it.
All right, and that's a D6 at your level, right?
I think so.
All right, so Lucky, you have a bonus D6. Kaylin, it is a new round. What do you do? And by the way, your disadvantage on her attacks was actually very good. I just rolled exceptionally well with disadvantage.
Okay. But she's still attacking. So... And sorry, it was just the one person, right?
It is just one person, okay. And you can see that it's definitely a slender, more feminine form than you thought at first.
Bardic Inspiration is a D6.
Yeah.
Chill touch.
Okay, go ahead.
So let's just range spell attack. Sorry, I'm still trying to remember what all my character can do.
That's okay. We haven't played the game in like 2 months, so it happens.
So that is going to be 25 to hit.
To hit?
Ooh, I rolled a 19, okay?
Miss. It just whiffs. It just, no, go ahead. Roll me damage.
Okay, and it is... 7 damage.
7 damage.
And it's necrotic damage, and it cannot regain hit points until the start of my next turn. Until then, the hand clings to the target.
All right. A spectral hand lurches out of your own hand, launching forward and clinging onto the hobgoblin's throat.
If they are, in fact, undead, then they also have disadvantage on attack rolls against me.
They are not undead, but they do have a clawed spectral hand dangling from their throat, which is pretty bad. Sophia, what do you do?
Yeah, we're gonna do a repeat with a slight adjustment. I'm gonna shout something to the effect of "Oi, you!" And I'm going to use my bonus action to place a hex curse upon them.
Okay, so how does that work? What do I have to do?
Nothing. Hold
okay,
on. Where's
done.
my card? Curse. Yeah, the target is cursed. I just get bonus stuff against them.
Sounds good.
Provided I can hit them with agonizing blast.
Here's hoping.
Nope, that was a nat 1.
A nat 1. Would anybody like to give their inspiration to Sophia?
Yeah, I already gave mine away.
Okay, so Sophia, you
We're
may
just gonna
re-roll.
I gave it the office.
Kaylin has given you advantage. Well,
thank you so much for that.
If you roll a 1, you...
Still slightly better than having a 1. It's 15.
15 is a hit.
Yay! Sorry, that's exciting.
Playing dowsing rod with armor classes. Is it this? Is it this?
Do you believe that's a 10? 10. That's 6 plus. And that was force damage, so 6 force damage. And need a d6. Whoa! Plus 2 necrotic damage. So 8.
8 more on top of that 6.
No, total 8. 6 force, 2 necrotic.
All right. A blast of hexed energy soars out of you again, but this time a combination of the hits, the flares, and the spectral hand. You're going to manage to hit a nice center of mass shot with that that's going to knock the wind out of her. She is going to growl, take a moment to leave the crews alone. And with that, she is going to drop through the roof and vanish. As if she falls between the shingles. She phases through the rooftop and vanishes.
Who the shit was that? Just a question.
Hello? Are you still attacking us? You gone?
She just vanished, so I'm gonna go with maybe.
She
Was it leave
already
the
did that earlier.
crews alone?
Yeah,
That's
leave the crews
yeah,
alone.
Cruise.
The
Who
family.
wants to go find
Was-
Giles Cruz?
And I think we're going to call game there. All right, so thank you so much for tuning into this episode of The Secret of Hexador House. I hope you enjoyed this session. It's a little more action-packed and a little sillier in places, because it kind of has to be, because it can't rain all the time. Did you guys have fun tonight?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Ah, man, I love when
I
little
had to sing
plots spin
Gilligan's
out.
Island.
Yeah, that's true, you did. And Amy, I'm really sorry.
Yeah.
These guys are beefy as hell.
I think she
I'm
stood
not
up pretty
dead.
well to them.
She
you
did
did.
die.
You-
Not dead.
Well, for getting 4 attacks per round,
I didn't
As a-
attack at all.
I get 4 attacks per round at challenge 2. This is
Donk.
redonk. I
Wow.
love it. I love these things.
Hey, none of us are dead.
None of you are dead.
I
have
love
so
This is
point.
Not dead
that
yet.
I've got a page in my book now with some random made-up arcane circle, and it's just in between my notes on game sessions. Like,
That's
I'll start off on the
That's
next page.
awesome.
So thank you so much for watching this episode of The Secret of Hexador House. It's been great coming back to this game. I forgot how much I actually enjoy it. We'll be back in 2 weeks on Saturday for another episode. I hope that you will tune in then, and we will see you shortly. Thanks, everybody. Good night!
Night.
And for those of you in chat, now that I've done the outro for YouTube, be sure to tune in on Sunday evening Caffeine System. It's fantastic to have you there. The same thing, or to have you here. Same thing with Streamlord D and
Yay.
Ghost Guy. What's his name?
Ghost
Was it-
guy.
Ghost one?
Ghost
Go
One.
one?
Ecto One Ghost.
Ecto Ghost.
And everybody else in the
Plasm.
chat, it's great to see you here. It's good to be getting back into this after June was really hit or miss with a lot of games. This Sunday, so this weekend normally would have game on Saturday. We do not have game on Saturday this week
Sunday.
because we did it tonight instead. Because of some family stuff. So Saturday night, I'll probably just be playing The Last of Us. So if anybody wants to tune into that. But Sunday night, we have our first episode of Season 2 of Werewolf the Forsaken, The Bitches of Brewery Park. It is going to be a rough one. And I'm really looking forward to playing it. It's going to be great. And we're doing it with video again, finally. So you'll get to see
You'll get to
other
see us fall apart in person.
and prettier faces than mine. So that'll be great. It'll be a woo time. I love you, Caffeine System.
I will have new hair.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have new
I'm
hair.
actually going to the hairdresser. I am one of those people, but I am going to wear a mask because they require it.
Good.
Yes, but you also aren't the first person in the line there once
It's
they
gonna
open.
get chopped
Still safe.
off,
Yeah, I need to do something about my split ends, but
chopped up and recolored.
Nice.
And I'm gonna
And
be
this is-
purple again.
If this is your first time with us, you can probably come in without any knowledge on Sunday, and to most of our games, we usually do a little bit of a preamble. But hey, if it's your first time with us, like, subscribe, follow here, and you can also check old episodes on youtube.com. The only we're behind a little bit on D&D posting, just because it's a lot of episodes to edit.
So go watch the old werewolf season.
Go watch the werewolf season.
It's not that long.
It's only 8 episodes, and it's really
werewolf
good.
season to catch up on.
And if you're here on Sunday, if I remember to, I have a special announcement on Sunday that is pretty cool.
Yeah,
Anyway.
go watch us. Woo.
It's a woo time.
Woo.
So I will see you all on Sunday, as so will. Oh, thank you so much. Kevin, this was so nice. And it's gonna get better because they actually get into the season 1 was really kind of rocky because it was still.
We were trying to get used to it and get used to like what we could do, and we weren't really willing to rock the boat because we didn't want to screw stuff up.
I hadn't figured out just how much of an pulling aggro Kate was yet.
How much of a
just
dick
max.
Kate was.
Oh, thank
How
you so
much
much.
pulling aggro
You're
Kate
delightful.
did.
You're breathtaking. Yeah, no, it was really good, and it was good for me getting back into it because I don't know if people on the channel know this as far as the storytelling side of things. I'm a World of Darkness storyteller. I'm not a dungeon master usually. Like I think my first real D&D campaign was for you, Amy, with Pathfinder Rise of the Rune Lords that never we got into
Never
book
finished
4
that.
or 5.
What?
We're in book 4 or 5 of that.
Oh, okay. All I know is that we ended up when I was at like level 11.
Yeah, we're really pretty far in. But
Whereas the first thing I played with you was like a 3-year-long technocracy LARP.
Yeah, I'm actually like so like I'm a much more World of Darkness centered guy. So it's really good to get back into it, but it's a big learning curve to get back into it. And also I can't talk about I was going to talk about the book, but I can't talk about the book yet. So there's no book.
Don't talk about the book. Don't talk about the dog part.
And one final thing before we call it here, I want to do an extra thank you to Michael, or Zan the Plan, as he likes to be called, for doing this amazing new frame, and for the new frames that you will see on Sunday for Werewolf the Forsaken, because they look really good. And I'm over in this corner now, kind of by myself, which
actually it does feel much more balanced.
When he picked this, when he like pitched this at me, I was like, I don't know. And he's like, well, no, because you're separate. The players are together. And I'm like, oh, but it actually really works. And then I've got this thing beneath me, which I really like.
Yeah. Well, I really like that. So like all the groups have their own signature kind of color.
Yes.
Which is really nice. So it's very identifying right at first.
We have so many games that keeping color coordination is going to get hard after this. But because because
this one's kind of blue and goldy bronze.
Yeah, he's going
and
blue and brass with this one.
Yeah, and then like Werewolf is pink and purple.
But then Strahd is red, but eventually we're going to go back to Vampire the Requiem, and I need red for that too. So we don't know what's going.
I mean, it's not
true, but there's options.
You can do different shades of red
and shades and
maybe more black.
Be done by then, though. I will say I am very, very tempted because Michael's Strahd logo is so freaking good to run Dark Ages Vampire after Strahd, just so I can keep the logo.
Do it.
It looks good.
It is really cool.
I'll do it if Michael plays Dark Ages Vampire.
Fantastic.
So it's not just Vampire, it's Vampire Nights, Michael. I think you can handle Vampire Nights. Vampire Days are much shorter. Good night, everybody.
Pretty explosive and sizzly.
Hold me closer, tiny vampire. All right. That's plenty. Good night.
Glim Glam is my new backup dancer.